Step aside for a quick break as we get ready to have the color guard present the national anthem. And once again, welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point for today's homecoming football matchup between UW-Stevens Point and the visiting UW-Stout. I'm Michael Wengen. Joining me alongside for today's broadcast is Ben Zatuni. Ben, how are we doing today?
Well, Michael, apart from trying to stay warm in this, once again, terrible weather for homecoming weekend, I'm doing pretty great. We got to call a football game today.
Yeah, definitely an interesting day to call a football game. Got a lot of snow in the morning, but at the same time, it looks like it's cleared up pretty well, and we're going to have ourselves a chance to play a great game today between two WIAC opponents going up head-to-head against each other today. So coming into today's contest, the Pointers find themselves at 2-4 on the season after a 63-27 defeat against the UW Lacrosse Eagles last week in a game that they never really had a chance in. The Blue Devils come in today here at 500 with a 3-3 record, last week falling to UW River Falls by 2 points, 21-19. Pretty evenly matched competition here today we got, Ben.
It's going to be a great game. Both offenses could be poised for a breakout game. This could be a slugfest on the offensive side of the ball, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Speaking of offenses, we should mention we have a couple of players on the Pointers offense to take a look at today. One of them is quarterback Matt Hermansky, who has had a few recent struggles the past couple of weeks, has been relegated to splitting time with other quarterbacks, Mitchell Neubauer and Max Harrell on the roster.
Yeah, and the freshman Max Harrell is going to get his start today, so we'll see what he can do.
Max Harrell will get the start, but there might be a chance that Coach Greg Breitbach will put in possibly Hermansky or Neubauer. We'll see how the offense plays out. Alongside the quarterback situation, we have running back Zach Bosick, who has been fairly well in leading the Pointers ground attack, and also alongside him is wide receiver Christian Almonte, who has done a very great job in helping out the receiving core. Although the Pointers offense has struggled the past couple weeks, these players could really help them out today in this matchup against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, they could. And speaking of the Blue Devils, I touched on it a little bit before, but we really got to watch. The Pointers really got to watch out for Stout's high-scoring offense. It all starts with their quarterback, Sean Borgading, 6 games so far this season. He's thrown for 1,264 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
And that's through 6 games so far this season. So he's poised to have a big game. And his number one receiver, Levy Hammer, 6 games, 642 receiving yards, 15.3 yards per reception on average, Michael. That's 15.3 yards on average. And he's also coming in with 6 touchdowns. So the Pointers are really going to need to shut down Stout's receiving threat if they want to have a decent chance at winning this game.
Definitely got to agree with you on that, Ben. The Stout's passing attack has just been absolutely phenomenal. The Borgening, the freshman quarterback for the Blue Devils, already a pretty great season so far through the first 6 games. For the Pointers, it's been a struggle. They've been having to use 3 quarterbacks already this season in Ermansky, Neubauer, and Harrow. So while the quarterback situation has looked pretty well for the Blue Devils so far this season, the Pointers are still looking to find their momentum with their quarterback right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for both teams, but I think the Pointers, it's going to be tough for them, but hopefully they can drag out a W in this homecoming game.
We like to see that too. The Pointers have been trying to rebound from that terrible last game they have, and we're going to get ready here to start off. It looks like the Blue Devils will kick it off here to start the game. Back to kick will be Drew Pearson, the senior out of Wausau, kicking off for the Blue Devils.
And here we go, snow coming, as has been dubbed, homecoming football game.
And we are off here at Gorky Park. Nice long kick. Caught right near the 5-yard line. He's going to back up a little bit and then take it himself. This is taken by Almonte. Able to take it up to around the 20-yard line, and then it's finally brought down around the 21. Little bit of a interesting kick right there by Pearson. Had Maynard Christian Almonte back up a little.
Yeah, you saw Almonte hesitate or not if he wanted to field the kick, but he did, and they got decent field position to start out for freshman quarterback Max Hero.
The field is pretty wet from all the snow that was on here earlier, so that may.
It's going to be wet, and with the turf field, it's going to be hard as a rock.
So we're going to take a look here at the Pointers offense for this first drive. As we mentioned before, Max Harrow running out to get the start for the Pointers. The freshman quarterback is going to be taking the snap in the shotgun with a running back alongside him, and Bosick takes the snap, hands it off to Bosick. He's going to take it outside to the left-hand side and not able to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down for a yard lossage of about 2, make it second down from the 20-yard line.
That was great penetration by the Stout defensive line, really the front 7, but the man that made that play, number 17, Levi Wolf, the safety. Great job by him coming up to get that tackle.
Pointers not able to get anything on that first play, but continued their first drive right here as Harrow's in the gun again alongside with Bosick. 2 receivers set to the right. Looking for a hard count.
And now a false start.
And we got a false start.
It's going to be on number 62 for the Pointers, Brandon Burkhauser.
So we saw the first movement from the Pointers.
So it is a false start on the Pointers that will back them up another 5 yards, and penalties like that, especially near your own end zone, are what kill a team, especially this early in the game. So the Pointers got to rebound and try to keep themselves set on the line. So again, Harrow in the gun as well with Bosick to his right. 2 receivers set to the right, 1 receiver up top. Sends Bosick in motion, takes the snap, will take it himself, and he is immediately taken down. Takes a big hit.
What a hit.
That was
number 91, Dylan Peterson.
Dylan Peterson with the big hit on Harrow, making him lose another few yards. 3rd and 17 for the Pointers on their own 14. Boy, not exactly what the Pointers were looking for in this first drive. So 3rd and 17 now for the Pointers. 2 receivers to the right. Bosick again alongside Harrow in the gun. 1 receiver set up top. Bosick takes the snap. He's going to drop back, looking down the left sideline. He's going to have to scramble to get out of some trouble. He's going to take the ball himself and get only a few yards. Not much anything he could do on that. And it will be 4th down, and the Pointers will be punting.
Yeah, great tackle by the Stout defense. Number 47, Brandon Vecchio, and number 49, Aaron Wisecup teaming up for that tackle, bringing up 4th and 14, and the Pointers are going to punt.
Not a great start for the Pointers offense on their first drive. Back to punt for the Pointers is number 80, Sam Blyce. Blyce has had a few struggles in a couple of games this season with punting the ball, so hopefully he can drive the ball down the field and get the Blue Devils in a tough range. The
Poor snap.
Poor snap.
And a poor punt. A shank right off the... Oh, and it hits.
It's a cameraman on the sideline. Boy, I was just talking about his struggles that Blyce has had punting the ball. The snap was terrible.
Local news reporter, sports reporter, is going to be added to the injury report with a concussion.
Looks like he took one. Looks like he was keeping his heads up right there, but puts the Blue Devils in very good field position on the 17-yard line.
Not what you want at all if you're the Pointers.
Not exactly what you want to have happen on special teams. I know special teams has been something that the Pointers have struggled with the entire season, so it looks like the Blue Devils will be setting up shop here on their first offensive series on the 25. Borgening is in the gun, sends a receiver in motion. Borgening waiting for the snap, takes it. He's going to fake the handoff and dump it outside to a receiver. He's going to take it alongside the sideline, gain a few yards, and take it out about the 22-yard line. That's was
number 4, Tyler Seymour.
Tyler Seymour on the reception. Gets about 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils on the 19. Blue Devils already have more yards on the offensive drive than the Pointers had on their first drive. So Blue Devils are in great field position and can continue to move the ball down the field. Borgening takes the snap and hands it off to his running back, who's going to take it up the middle and gain the first down easily. That's Keyshawn Carpenter, the running back out of Evergreen Park, Illinois. Easily took it up the middle and gets the Blue Devils another first down.
Great first 2 plays for the Stout offense. You're showing the Pointers how much you can do in the passing game, and then this run just a play ago shows them that the Pointers better be ready to stop the run if they want to keep this game close.
Borgening again in the gun with Carpenter to his back. Takes the snap and hands it off again to Carpenter. He's going to take it up the middle and takes it up right to about the 2-yard line. Big gain by Carpenter will make it 1st and goal for the Blue Devils. Excuse me, 2nd and 1 for the Blue Devils. Picking up 9 yards on that carry.
Bringing up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Borgening again in the gun, shouting out plays to his receivers. Takes the snap, another handoff to Carpenter. He's going to make a nice spin move, but he's going to be immediately wrapped up and taken down around the 5-yard line. Not much that he can do. Try to put a nice little move on the Pointers defense, but not able to get anything on that. Borgening again trying to try to put things up on here now for the Blue Devils.
You want to send him
makes
up
it
there?
3rd and 1 for the Blue Devils. Borgening's going to take a look right in the center. He's going to lose the football, picks it up himself, able to hang on, and he's going to have to hang on for dear life as the Pointers are able to capitalize on a fumble mistake by Borgening. It's going to be 4th down and 1 for the Blue Devils. Bad snap under the center, and Borgening able to pick it up and stay on top of it, but the Blue Devils will have to settle for a field goal right here. Blue Devils. No, it looks like the Blue Devils are going to go for it rather instead.
Good call for Stout. You have great field position, and you score here, you get the early momentum.
Borgening again the gun. Hands it off to Carpenter. Carpenter's going to get wrapped up, and he's going to be short. The Pointers force a turnover on downs, and the defense capitalizes on the Pointers' offensive struggles. Great defensive work there by the Pointers on that 4th and 1.
Yeah, way to step up on that 4th down. Now they obviously have a long way to go to score some points, but a great momentum shift to their side early in this game.
A decision by the Blue Devils to not instead kick the field goal and go for it does not go in their way. Pointers will take over from their own 4-yard line, so put themselves backed up right near their own goal line, but the defense comes up big right here in the beginning of the first quarter. So Harrell's going to be in his own end zone now in the gun with the running back behind him. Looks like Jahai Stegall behind Harrell as he gets ready to take the snap. takes the snap, hands it off to Stegall. He's going to try to make some moves on the outside. He's not going to be able to get much. Finally gets taken down on a big
And the ball came out. That's a fumble.
And it's Stout ball. And the Blue Devils recover down the next series. Unbelievable.
Not what you want at all, obviously, if you're the Pointers offense. And to have any shot of winning this ball game, they're going to have to hold on to the football.
Yeah, it looks like Jahai Stegall was trying to get off more than what he could chew, and unfortunately he took a big hit right there, lost the football, and the Blue Devils again capitalize on a big opportunity and now have themselves looking again toward the Pointers' end zone for a possible touchdown. So 1st and goal now for the Blue Devils from the 6-yard line. Borgending in the gun now with Carpenter to his back. One receiver set to the left and right. Hand off to Borgending, hands it off to Carpenter. He's going to fight his way, and he will be short of the goal line. He's going to be marked down right around the 1-yard line. Keeps the Blue Devils right there near the end zone. So 2nd and goal now for the Blue Devils, as Borgending has a receiver to his left and right. Carpenter again to his back. Borgending in the gun, sends a receiver in motion now. Takes a snap, hands it off again to Carpenter, who's going to fight his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Blue Devils get on the board here in the first quarter with the score. Quick 2-yard run by Carpenter and have themselves up now 6-0.
Yeah, 6-0 here with 8:56 left in the first quarter. Normally we'd have a clock on our scoreboard graphic, but due to some technical difficulties and with it being so windy outside, we weren't able to get that for you today. So Michael and I will make sure to say how much time's left as often as we can.
Apologies again on the technical difficulties. Here's snap for the extra point, and the kick is up and good. So Stout capitalizes on a fumble mistake by the Pointers, leads 7-0. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with Pointers football after this.
You can't go and work for a software company that's quite like this.
With programming, you see this concept become a reality, and I think that's really rewarding.
When people first come in, they immediately realize they are a part of a family.
They really care that people are happy here.
You're going to find that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look forward to coming to work. We've got a core of individuals that are going to reach a lot of new heights.
We're growing fast and always hiring. Apply today at skyward.com/careers.
Welcome back here to Gorky Park in Stevens Point. Stout leading the UW Stevens Point 7-0 on a touchdown by Keyshawn Carpenter after a Pointers fumble brought them in good field position. Michael Wengen here for the call alongside with me, Ben Zatuni. Ben, kind of a little bit of a back and forth situation with consistency between these two teams.
Yeah, the Pointers got the ball to start the game. Didn't amount to on that first drive. Poor punt, shank off the side of the foot of the punter, maybe about 10 yards. Then the Pointers were able to stout on their 4th down attempt.
And Drew Pearson with the kickoff now had a player hold it for himself. It's taken at the 5 by Christian Almonte. He's going to take it up, make a nice little move on the outside. Takes it up the middle. He's gone.
He's loose. He's across midfield.
He's going down the 50. He's at around the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Stevens Point. Christian Almonte on the kickoff return. Take it all the way to the house.
What a way for the Pointers to get back into this game with a bang.
Wow, what a return by Almonte. And, you know, we talked about the struggles that the Pointers team has had, and they already capitalized on this kickoff return right here, and they're only one extra point away from tying this game up at 7 apiece with only 8:40 to go in the first quarter.
We mentioned this in the pregame show that these offenses could keep this game into a back and forth shootout, but you can't forget about the Pointers special teams. Christian Almonte, one of the best returners in the conference, he showed exactly why on that play.
Ponterio set to kick the extra point. Romansky with the hold. Good hold, good kick. It's up, and it is good. So tie game up now, all at 7 apiece. The Pointers capitalize it. We'll keep it here for right now, Ben. But we're talking about how well the Pointers how much that helps the Pointers now with that huge return by Almonte, taking it to the house. It's tie game now up at 7 apiece with just under halfway gone through the first quarter. How do you think the Pointers now are going to be feeling going out for their?
They've got to feel great. They're right back into this ball game. But like I mentioned on 2 drives ago, when the Pointers fumbled deep in their own territory before Stout scored their first points of the game, you got to hold on to the ball. Yes, you're going to have to deal with these conditions. The footing's not going to be the best. The ball can be slippery, but you want to win this ball game, it's going to have to start with the fundamentals.
Definitely, it's the little things that will count in games like these. And even though it was a slow start by the Pointers overall, they've been able to capitalize now on special teams, which is again something that we mentioned that they had struggles with. So to get a kickoff return like that here at the beginning of the first quarter, it's going to help them out later on in the game when that comes down to a shootout possibly. So Pointers are going to get set up here to kick it off to the Blue Devils. Ontario getting ready to kick it off. Ontario getting set to send the ball down the field, and the ball comes off of its tee. The wind is definitely a problem here today, Ben.
Yeah, it is. You could tell the elements in general are really going to factor into this game, but at least it stopped snowing.
Yeah, at least it stopped snowing, and the wind is going to be a little bit of an issue, but it looks like Bosick is going to hold the ball for Ontario as he sends it off to the Blue Devils. As he steps back and prepares to send it down the field. Runs up, and a squirt kick as it bounces up into the hands of a Blue Devils returner. Tried to take it outside. Now can once you get.
Oh, nice tackle!
Nice tackle right there by the Pointers. Kind of a nice coverage play there by the Pointers special teams attack. Puts the Blue Devils right near their own side of the field. Nice play right there by the special teams again, continuing with a kickoff return for a touchdown, and now a great tackle near the 25-yard line of the Blue Devils. So UW-Stout comes out now for their third offensive series of the game. Last drive, they capitalized it off a Pointers fumble for a 2-yard touchdown by Keyshawn Carpenter, the running back. Now they start down there on 25. Borgending takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and dumps it outside the receiver, and it's caught, and he's going to take it down near the sideline for only about a 3-yard gain. And that was number 3, Gabe Toronto, or excuse me, not Levi Hammer, with the reception for the Blue Devils. 2nd and 7 from the Stout 26.
Great tackle by Pointers defensive lineman Boyd Delabrew, along with some other of his teammates, but great first point of contact with him.
Borgending in the gun again, 2 receivers set to his left, takes the handoff, or takes a snap and looks to his left, rolling left, and it almost picked off. Nice play right there on that play right there. It looks like that was number 17, Donovan Lucas, with the coverage on that play. Breaks up the play, makes it 3rd and 7 now for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, great job by Lucas jumping that route. Unfortunately, he couldn't get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Borgending was going to hammer again on that play, but Donovan Lucas steps up, makes the play, and makes it 3rd and 7 now for the Blue Devils. So the Blue Devils trying to get set here with 3 receivers set to the left. Borgending alone in the gun, no receivers to his right. Pointers showing signs of zone coverage. Borgending takes the snap, looking to his left, throws, dumps it out, and it's incomplete. The throw was not able to hit his target. That was Parker Fossum Parker Fossum was the intended receiver, not able to get it. Blue Devils not able to convert on 3rd down, sent out their punting team.
Yeah, deep back to return for the Pointers, 21, O.J. James. So we'll see if he can do what Christian Almonte did on the kickoff return.
Pointers got to feel pretty good about their special teams right now. O.J. James set to return, and back to punt is number 16, Sean Maggie, for the Blue Devils. Maggie with the punt. Nice looking punt. Sends it deep and high. O.J. James going to let it bounce near the 20. And he's going to let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. The Pointers will start at the 20-yard line. Nice heads-up play there by O.J. James to let that go in the end zone.
A little bit of a heads-up play, but also a little bit of a dangerous play, too. That ball could have easily stopped rolling inside the 5, and that really would have not been good for the Pointers offense.
With how much. This field has been wet and difficult to run on. Who knows how the ball could have easily stopped for a second, but
we've been sorry, Michael, but we've been talking about the weather all day. The wind's whipping so fast right now that it's moving the goalposts around. So we'll see if the Pointers attempt to do anything in the way of the passing game on this drive.
Passing game will be definitely is affected by how strong this wind is. So the Pointers have been riding on the run game so far, and Harrow unfortunately hasn't thrown too much yet, as he is in the gun with Jahai Stegall behind him. 2 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off to Stegall, and he'll take it up the middle for only a few yards. Not able to get much, but a nice little run there by Stegall. Or excuse me, Samaj Williams, number 30. Williams on the carry, makes it 2nd and 5 from their own 25. Pointers trying to keep the offense clicking right here. Harrow's receiving some instructions from Romansky, it looks like, on the sideline, as well as Coach Greg Breitbach. Harrow's trying to get his offensive line set. Play clock is finally set to 25 seconds as Harrow's in the gun. 3 receivers set to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap and hands it off again to Samaj Williams. Makes a move to the outside, taking it alongside the outside, and he's
great job getting the first down.
Able to get the first down. Nice play there to the outside by Samaj Williams. Picks up a first down and keeps this drive going for the Pointers. That's what we like to see out of the Pointers run game. It hasn't been able to get off that well, but Samaj Williams with a nice carry right there.
Yeah, great job by Williams as Max Hero comes over to the sideline to get the play from Coach Breitbach and brings up 1st and 10, their own 33-yard line. Just under 7 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Harrow speaking to Williams in the gun. 2 receivers again set to the left. Takes the snap, hands it off to Williams. He's going to try and take it up the middle himself, not able to get much. Looks like
just
about a
barely gets past the line of scrimmage.
Barely past the yard of scrimmage. About a 2-3 yard gain. 2nd down now for the Pointers. Not much anything again from the passing game that we've seen out of Harrow. I don't think we've seen a pass at all from Harrow at all today.
No, it's been strictly the run game for the Pointers offense so far, and it has been working, so who knows, maybe they'll stick with it. But it looks like they'll be passing on this play.
Harrow again in the gun, really doing a great job of that hard count. It seems like all 3 Pointers quarterbacks have done a great job with the hard count. And it looks like we got a flag and a false start possibly. Officials talking this over. We'll see what the call is.
Delay game or false start. The Pointers, this is only the penalty. This is only their 2nd penalty of the game, but they really can't. Like I mentioned before, you got to be fundamentally sound, especially with all the other things that are factoring into this game if you want to come out of here with a W.
False start was called on number 65, Aiden Marshall. Backs up the Pointers another 5 yards. 2nd and 13 for the Pointers now. Harrow in the gun. Samaj Williams behind him. Takes the snap, hands it, fakes the handoff to Williams. He's going to carry it up himself along the outside. Makes a nice little spin move, but unable to get back to the line of scrimmage as he is taken down around the 35-yard line. 3rd down for the Pointers.
Now that play could have worked from what I saw, and it looked like Hero was going to try and bounce it outside to the sideline, but he couldn't quite cut the corner.
Harrow made a nice play right there to fake the handoff to Williams and kind of try to get the inside read from his lineman, but not able to get much on that play. 3rd down now for the Pointers. 5:22 left to go here in the first quarter. Harrow again in the gun. Samaj Williams to his left. 2 receivers set to the left, 1 down to the bottom. Harrow takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, keep the ball himself. He's going to try and take it off. He's not going to get much, and he's going to be taken down for not. He wasn't even taken down yet. He's definitely going to lose plenty of yards on that one. Not much that Harrow could do on that. 4th down now. The Pointers will be punting.
And the running game in general has worked for the Pointers, but not really when they've attempted to run with Harrow. So we'll see if they keep deciding to run those type of plays.
So not really all that much the Pointers could do on that drive. Harrow tried to take the ball himself, and it seems like all 3 Pointers have tried to get their offense to roll very well, but not really much they can do. Punting for the Pointers now, Sam Blyce. Had a very terrible punt that first one. Better snap on this one. Sends the ball. It goes past the 50-yard line and will stop around the 40-yard line on the other side of the field. Not a great-looking punt on that, but a little better than the first punt that Blyce had.
Yeah, the line drive kick, and I think on the plus side, if you're Stout, you have decent field position to start your drive.
The Blue Devils have been able to get themselves to start out in good field position for almost all of their drives. The only one was their last series where they started out on their 25 and went 3 and out. So Pointers defense able to try to get themselves to stop the Blue Devils from getting anything down the field, and so far they've been able to do that. It's just been more of unlucky breaks that they've had on offense.
Yeah, for both teams really. So 1st and 10 at Stout's 39-yard line. Just a little over 4 minutes left here in the first quarter, all tied at 7.
So Borgending is in the gun. He's got one receiver to his left and right. Takes the snap, hands it off to a running back, and he's going to jump up and be taken down. Looks like he got a couple of yards on that one. That is number 25, Josh Nitek.
Great job by number 4, Cameron Krasinski, the sophomore safety who really upended the ball carrier there.
Yeah, Nitek took quite a spill right there. Got left up and brought down immediately. Only got a few yards on that play. 2nd and 7 now for the Blue Devils on their 42-yard line. 3:45 left to go in the first quarter. Borgending in the gun. Nitek behind him again. Takes the snap. Dumps it out to the outside. Intercepted by the Pointers. Donovan Lucas off the tip.
Getting redemption.
Getting redemption for the first play he had. Gets the tip off the intended pass to
Parker
Fossum. And another Pointers break right there on defense.
Great play by Lucas, getting his redemption for his the earlier possible interception that he couldn't quite haul in. And like we said, it seems to be the field position game, and it brings up great field position for the Pointers. We'll see if they can break this tie.
Yeah, and again, as we mentioned, it's these opportunities to capitalize on things such as turnovers and such, and the Pointers so far now have a chance to do that themselves now on this drive as Harrow now lines up again in the gun with Samaj Williams to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off to Williams. Williams is going to be immediately wrapped up and brought back. Not anything he can get on that. Probably didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Pointers will keep themselves right near around the 40-yard line.
Either Williams or Harrow wanting to find themselves on the ground, resisting.
Harrow's trying to keep himself going right here in the game as the freshman gets the start today. He's got 2 receivers to the left of him, 1 receiver down to his right. Williams again beside him in the gun. Harrell sets Williams in motion, takes the snap, he's going to look down the field, he's going to try and find, scrambles out of some trouble, scrambling again to his right, dumps the pass off, and he's not able to get anything connected. Incomplete pass. It looks like the intended receiver on that was number 85,
Jonte Webb.
Nice little scramble by Harrow to get out of some trouble, and that was probably the first passing play we've seen Harrow attempt this entire game. So Harrow, again, trying to get his team set now for 3rd down and 10 from the Blue Devils' 42-yard line. Harrow again lining up in the gun. Samaj Williams alongside him. 2 receivers up top, 1 down below. Harrow takes the snap, scrambling out to his left. He's going to roll. He's going to look down the field. He's going to go with the deep ball.
Christian Almonte!
And he fumbles! Incomplete. Oh, my goodness. It was right there in the cradle of his hands. We were looking at a possible touchdown on that play. Christian Almonte not able to haul it in. Boy, what a play that would have been for the Pointers. Nice play there by Harrow looking downfield, able to find Almonte, who
would have been an easy 6 points if Almonte would have been able to haul in that pass completely and hold on to the ball.
And something like that could come back to bite the Pointers later, but the Pointers will have to send the ball down the field now with the punt, again with Sam Blyce kicking for the Pointers.
Oh, definitely a touchdown. He had 3-4 steps on every step.
Blyce takes the snap and sends the ball down around the 20 or 30-yard line, not really great looking punts today by Blyce. Special teams, as we mentioned, has been fairly good, but Sam has been struggling so far today with punting the ball.
This one's not enough.
Yeah, once again, as we mentioned, all game, the elements are really factoring into the punting game today, especially the wind.
So the Pointers defense now gets set again on the field, able to get a turnover on a nice-looking interception play by Donovan Lucas. Blue Devils defense, or offense rather, trying to get themselves ready for this upcoming drive. Just a little over just under 2.5 minutes here in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 7 apiece. Michael Wengen alongside with Ben Zatuni for the call. Blue Devils now starting out from the 28-yard line. Borgening's going to be in the gun. 2 receivers up top. Takes the snap, hands it off hands it off, and immediately taken down by the Pointers.
Josh Neidick, the freshman running back on the carry.
Gets a few yards to bring up 2nd and 4 now for the Blue Devils. Not really all that much the Blue Devils have been trying to do on offense.
And something to note for the Pointer fans at home, Christian Almonte is being tended to on the sidelines by the athletic trainer. Seems to be something with his ankle, so we'll see if that comes back to affect the Pointers on offense.
Borgening takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking down the field, is going to scramble out and find some time, and he's going to connect with his receiver, and it is incomplete. It is ruled incomplete. He was not able to keep himself in bounds, but he was able to connect with the receiver and down the sideline. 3rd down now for the Blue Devils. Looks like that was going to Levi Hammer again, but not able to keep his feet in bounds. 3rd down. Borgening now is going to be in the gun. 2 receivers up top, 1 to his back. Takes the snap, hands off to Nitek. He's going to carry it up himself, gets a few yards, but wrapped up right near the 40-yard line, and he has enough for the 1st down as the chains move and the Blue Devils keep their offense on the field. Nice little carry there by Nitek to get up the middle and open up the hole in the Pointers defense.
We were talking all pregame about the Stout passing game, but their rushing attack showing that they're just as good.
Bordering now with the receiver to his left and right. Nitek behind him. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Nitek. He's going to look down the sideline for a receiver, and it is incomplete. Looks like he was going for Parker Fossum
on a little stop and go route.
Stop and go route for Parker Fossum, not able to hang on, incomplete. Had a nice little look right there. Fossum was able to beat out his coverage a little bit, but not enough on the ball by Bordering, and it looks like the wind also, again, affected that, which is what we mentioned all game, affecting the passing game overall. So Blue Devils, again, playing from their 40-yard line as they get set here now for 2nd down. 2 receivers set to the left, back to his behind. As he takes the snap, hands it off to Nitek, and he's not able to get much on that, only a couple of yards.
Great first point of contact for the Pointers defense, the senior linebacker Ryan Strick continuing his strong senior campaign.
Blue Devils faced with 3rd down now from the 44-yard line as they get some new guys out on the field. Just under a minute now here in the first quarter as the clock continues to wind down. The Blue Devils trying to get something down the field here before the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 7, Borgening in the gun, takes the snap, dumps it out to the outside, and is bobbled and dropped by Levi Hammer, incomplete. 4th down, Blue Devils will be sending out the punting unit.
Yeah, the case of the drops today for the Stout wide receiving core, and maybe a little insight as to why they continue to just keep it on the ground.
A few receivers today for the Blue Devils have had bobbled catches, and they haven't been able to hang on, and one of them even led to a Pointers interception, so they just have to keep themselves hanging on to the ball. Back to punt for the Blue Devils will be Sean Maggie, and back to receive for the Pointers will be O.J. James. Maggie takes the snap. Nice punt. Caught by O.J. James. along the 10-yard line as he tries to run to the outside to the left. Not able to get anything on
Great tackle for the Stout. That's number 17, Levi Wolf.
Levi Wolf making a great stop right there for the Blue Devils on special teams. Puts O.J. James around the 15-yard line with only 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Kind of interesting first quarter we've had so far, Ben.
Yeah, just like you said, 10 seconds left here in the first quarter, all tied at 7. Turnovers led to scores for both teams. A fumble by the Pointers offense led to a running touchdown for Stout, and then an interception for the Pointers, and then a couple plays later, Christian Almonte had a punt return for a touchdown.
A few missed opportunities as well has hurt both teams. Teams not able to hang on to the ball, or teams just struggling to make plays down the field. As Harrow's in the gun now with 2 receivers to his bottom, takes a snap, hands it off to Samaje Williams. He's going to take the carry himself up for a few yards, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're all tied up here at 7 apiece with the other 3 quarters left of football. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. Started the second quarter now, all tied up at 7 between UW-Stout and UW-Stevens Point. Max Harrell alone in the gun, takes the snap, looking to his right, dumps it off, and the pass is caught by Jonte Webb. Nice little play on the outside to get a few yards. First down for the Pointers.
Yeah, great catch by Jonte Webb, one of the first completions for the Pointers on the day. Moves the chains, and maybe this can finally be the offensive drive where they put a complete drive together.
Jonte Webb with a nice reception alongside the sideline, able to get a big play on alongside the field, and keeps the ball going down for the Pointers as they start their first drive, or start the drive of the second quarter. Harrell in the gun, takes a snap, hands it off to Samaje Williams. He's going to take it up and gain a few yards, rumbling and tumbling.
Great job by Samaje Williams. Michael, you ever notice how he never falls backwards?
Never does. He's he reminds me a lot of Jamal Williams, actually, from the Green Bay Packers.
Great comparison. And then some first quarter stats for the people at home. Stout had 19 offensive plays for 50 yards. The Pointers 13 offensive plays for a mere 28 yards. So not really an offensive juggernaut.
Two teams in a closely contested battle.
Fumble,
bad snap. I think he's able to jump on top of it, and it looks like the Blue Devils recover on that. A bad snap to Harrell, unable to hang on to the football. Blue Devils capitalize on another Pointers fumble.
Now that's the second lost fumble for the Pointers in the game. So I don't know if it was a bad snap or Harrell wasn't expecting the snap, but another turnover for the Pointers.
It looks like Harrell wasn't expecting the snap quite yet, and not able to let the football hit his hands, and fortunately it was fair game for anybody on the ground, and the Blue Devils come up with the football. So Blue Devils now start from the Pointers' 40-yard line. Morgan now in the gun. 2 receivers to his left and right, running back alongside him. Takes a snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He's going to take it up for the middle himself. Gains with a huge gain, able to keep the chains moving, it looks like. As Carpenter does not pick up the first down, but rather 9 yards, 2nd and 1 for the Blue Devils. Morgan keeping the offense going on the field now, as 2 receivers again line up to the left and right. Carpenter again behind him in the gun. He's going to take a look on the outside. takes a snap, hands it off again to Carpenter. He's going to take it up again through the middle. Continues to gain
gets the first down and more.
Continues to gain the first down and more. Taken down around the 20-yard line, 23-yard line, excuse me. Blue Devils keeping the offense on the field. Blue Devils capitalizing on that turnover, able to keep the ball moving and showing no signs of stopping at all. As Borgening is in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off again to Carpenter. He's going to not get anything on this one as he's immediately snatched up and wrapped up for a loss.
Update for the Pointer fans at home. Christian Almonte had his ankle tended to by the athletic trainers. He's still testing it out on the sidelines, so we'll see if he makes it back to action today.
Pointers would like to have Almonte back on the field for their offense, and he had that great kickoff return there in the first quarter, so Pointers fans hoping that he will be okay for the rest of the game as Burgundy takes a snap, and again another handoff to Carpenter. Not able to get anything on that one again. Able to not even get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much you can do on that. It's now third down for the Blue Devils.
Brings up 3rd and 5 at the Pointer 18-yard line. Just over 12 minutes left here in the first half.
Blue Devils continuing to move the ball, looking for a first down to keep the ball with the drive on this play as Borgending gets set. Borgending looking with 2 receivers set to the left and right. Carpenter again alongside of him. As he steps up and shouts orders at the line. Defense making some adjustments right here as Borgending see it set, and it looks like a timeout.
Timeout by
Blue Devils. So a timeout is taken. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be back after this with Pointer football.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. All tied up at 7 apiece between the Pointers and Blue Devils. I'm Michael Wengen. Joining me alongside for the broadcast is Ben Zatuni. Ben, what do the Blue Devils need to do here on this third down play?
They just need to do what they've been doing all this whole drive, is keep it on the ground, keep handing the ball to Keyshawn Carta. Pointers really haven't been able to stop him.
Pointers need to make a big third down stop right here. They haven't been able to keep the Blue Devils offense into too much check, but this is a big opportunity right then to do so here. As the Blue Devils get set, 2 receivers to the right, alongside Borgending in the gun. Carpenter to his back.
That's a false start.
It looks like a flag down for a false start. Looks like somebody jumped on line too quickly, and that'll back up the Blue Devils.
Lots going on today.
Somebody celebrity.
Homecoming, yeah, you can.
So not really able to hear what number that penalty or who that penalty was on because of all the wind on the field.
So the Blue Devils, either way, will be backed up a little bit more as it still remains third down, but just with a little bit more to gain. 11:45 here to go in the second quarter. Score all tied up at 7. Borgending trying to get set. Again with Carpenter to his side in the gun.
And a timeout by Stout. And second timeout.
Another timeout called by UW-Stout.
They only have 1 timeout left with 11 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the first half.
We'll keep it here for this timeout, but Ben, talking about the first quarter and what happened between these two teams, what stood out to you from what happened in the first quarter?
How great of a rushing well, we kind of talked about this amongst ourselves during our pregame research last night and this morning, but how great the Stout running attack has been. It's been nearly unstoppable.
Yeah, and the Pointers have had a little bit of a trouble trying to stop Carpenter and Nitek, the 2 running backs that the Blue Devils have had. It's really not been a great passing game for either team, as both teams have struggled to get the ball down the field. So the running game for the Blue Devils has been working out quite well, and for the Pointers, it's kind of been off to a slow start. Samaj Williams has had a little bit of a great game, though, so far, so hoping that he can get a little bit more on his next offensive series. 3rd down and 9 now for the Blue Devils as Bordering is in the gun. Carpenter to his right. Takes the snap. Looking down the field. He's trying to find somebody. He's going to let a ball up in the end zone. And it is caught by Levi Hammer. And he's going to be, looks like wrapped up by some pointers, but no signal yet. It looks like he's short of the goal line, but that's still enough to get the first down and make it 1st and goal now for the Blue Devils. That was a bit of a desperation pass right there by Bordering, and Hammer came down with the ball and puts him right down near the 1-yard line.
And as I said, Alex, you could almost predict that's what was going to
Not really all that much that the Pointers could do, or not all much that the Pointers did on that play. It was a open ball up for anybody, and they didn't able to capitalize on that. So 1st and goal for the Blue Devils. Bordering takes a snap, hands it off to Carpenter, and he'll easily punch that in for the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Another score for Carpenter, his 2nd win of the day, as the Blue Devils make it 13-7 now with the extra point coming up.
Good play call by Stout right there, and a smart play call by Stout too. Carpenter really hasn't been able he hasn't been stopped really that much in this first half. Michael, you just mentioned his 2nd touchdown of the day. Now 13-7 Stout.
Drew Pearson on to attempt the extra point for the Blue Devils. Snap, hold, kick is up, and no good. He missed it to the right. So it remains 13-7 Blue Devils as the Blue Devils aren't able to capitalize on the extra point. We'll take another commercial break. We'll be back with more Pointers football after this.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point between the UW-Stout Blue Devils and the UW-Stevens Point Pointers. I'm Michael Wengen, alongside me, Ben Satuni. Stout capitalizing on a Pointers fumble and driving down the field for what eventually ended up being a 2-yard touchdown run by Keyshawn Carpenter, his 2nd one of the day. Stout missed the extra point, however, so it's only still 13-7 with 11:15 to go in the 2nd quarter.
13-7, 11:15 remaining.
So Blue Devils get set right here to kick off the ball to the Pointers. Pearson again back to kick for Stevens Point. It looks like the wind is a little calmed than before it was at the beginning of the game as he runs up with the kick. Sends it ball down the field. It's returned by
O.J. James,
and he's going to take it up the middle, getting a few yards out of that. He's going to take it up himself, and he's going to be wrapped up right near the 40-yard line. What a great job by James to find the hole and continue to bring it up the middle, and puts the Pointers in relatively good field position for this offensive drive.
Yeah, great. Pretty decent field position for the Pointers, and we'll see if they can actually string together a complete offensive drive here. They have 7 points, or they got a touchdown, 6 points, but that was courtesy of Christian Almonte's long kickoff return, so we'll see if they can actually get something going on offense.
Pointers haven't been able to get much on offense. Again, as you mentioned, Ben, their only score came off a kickoff return by Christian Almonte, so Pointers now looking for this drive here in the 2nd quarter for something to capitalize and keep themselves within range of UW-Stout's lead. So Harrell takes a snap in the gun, looking down the field. He's going to step up, sends the ball down the field.
There's Almonte!
And he's in for the touchdown, Stevens Point!
Christian Almonte! Michael, we were just talking about him on the kickoff return. Look what he did on the receiving end.
And what a pass by Harrell down the field. He found Almonte. This is the 2nd time that Almonte was down the field and open for a pass, and this time he pulls in the reception, and a touchdown by Stevens Point makes it a tie game now with the extra point to take the lead.
That's really got to be a confidence boost for freshman quarterback Max Hero. What a pass, or what a throw by him. Great job by Almonte hauling it in and shaking off the defender.
So Ontario now on attempt for the extra point to give the Pointers a 1-point lead now. Good snap, good kick. It's up, and it is good. So Ontario makes it.
The Pointers have their first lead of the game.
Wow, what a play by Christian Almonte and Max Harrell. the duo combined for another big play down the field. We'll take another commercial break. Pointers up 14-13. We'll be back after this.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. 10:57 left in the second period. Pointers now with the lead 14-13 off a big touchdown play from Max Harrow to Christian Almonte. Michael Wengen alongside with Ben Satuni. Ben, what a play that was.
Oh, man, Michael, we just talked about this before our commercial break. Almonte had that long kickoff return for a touchdown, and now he just showed what he could do in the receiving game. Pointers have their first lead of the game, just under 11 minutes left here in the first half.
Yeah, and the Pointers finally capitalized on offense, which is something that we were hoping to see them do now with that big play, and now they put themselves in a one-point game ahead of the Blue Devils now. Now they just have to have their defense clicking on gears as well as their offense just did on that drive. So Pontario now ready to kick off the ball here. Sends a good long kick down the field as it's returned around the goal line by Levi Hammer, and Hammer's not going to get much on that as he only takes it out to the 15-yard line. Nice stop there by the Pointers special teams.
Yeah, it was a great tackle by number 2, Zach Bosek, and also 33, Hunter Thornton. So great tackle by everybody on that play.
So the Pointers put the Blue Devils on their own 17-yard line, and hoping that their defense will have a great showing as their offense did. Their defense already has one turnover today with an interception by Donovan Lucas earlier in the game in the first quarter. Borderding now in the gun with Carpenter to his back, 2 receivers to his left and right. Borderding takes a snap, loses the football, it's intercepted, and he's going to run it in.
That's a touchdown for the Pointers.
Oh my goodness, Kevin Krasinski with the play, the defensive stop, and the Pointers now pad on another lead with another big touchdown. Oh my goodness.
Now, Michael, you call that an interception because the ball carrier, or what do you call that, a fumble or an interception because the ball carrier never really had possession of it?
I would say that was probably a fumble because it looked like Carpenter was going to take the handoff, and he bobbled it up and didn't get a good grip on it, and Krasinski was able to come in there and take the ball in the air and run it in for a defensive touchdown. So the Pointers have 2 back-to-back big touchdowns here in the second quarter as Pontario gets set to kick the extra point. Good snap, good kick, and it's up and good. So 21-13 right here for the Pointers. We'll keep it right here for this one, Ben. This has been really impressive right here for the Pointers.
Why has the momentum swung in the Pointers' direction, Michael?
It sure has. A big offensive touchdown and now a big defensive touchdown right here. And as we mentioned before, a special teams touchdown by Christian Almonte. So
touchdowns from all 3 facets of the game. You don't see that too often.
And the Pointers last week against La Crosse struggled overall in terms of production from every single side of the ball. And today, they scored 21 points now here in the second quarter when last week they only put up 27. So already a huge change of events from last week. It looks like the Pointers focused a lot on their game plan and their contributions from the offense and defense this week in practice. So the Pointers now going to get set to kick off again here as Pontario gets the kicking tee set down. Pointers getting set to get their kickoff formation ready. Blue Devils already set back to receive. It looks like Levi Hammer is back to receive for the Blue Devils. Pontario getting set to kick off. As it seems like it's just only the second time already in the last 5 minutes he's kicked it off. Good run up by Pontario and a nice kick as it's caught by Hammer at the 5-yard line. He's going to take it out himself near the alongside the left-yard line. He's going to break up a little bit and only take it out to the 25-yard line as he's finally whistled down. Pointers able to keep the Blue Devils on their own side of the field again. So the Pointers able to keep themselves rolling here. A big touchdown play on that last defensive series by Krasansky, and now have their defense back out on the field again, looking for more.
Yeah, and Michael, imagine if the Pointers, it'd be great for them if they could force a 3-and-out on Stout's offense right here, get the momentum back. They could, and then score again on the next drive. They could really blow this game wide open.
The Pointers have their foot on the gas pedal right now. I see no point in them taking it off. It looks like they're hitting a couple green lights now ever since they had to wait a little bit of the red light at the beginning of the game. So now Bordering in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off to Nitek, and he's only going to get about a yard on that one. Not much for the rushing attack on the Blue Devils, and only second down now for them on the 27-yard line. Looks like Nitek's in the game now, as Carpenter's fumble kind of had them changing things up a little bit. So two receivers set to the left and right. Nitek behind Carpenter, or Bordering in the gun. Bordering looking for the snap. Takes it. Gonna look to the outside. He's gonna find his man, and it's caught by number 27, Parker Fossum. And he will make it 3rd down and 1, just short of the first down margin.
Brings up a 3rd down, Michael, for Stout. And if I'm them, I'd try to run it on this play.
I think it's probably best if they just try to pick up the yard that they need for the first down. 9:37 to go here in the second quarter. They're down by a touchdown, so they need to pick things up if they're wanting this drive to end it well. So Bordering takes the snap, hands it off to Nitek. He's going to easily pick up the first down and a little bit more.
Oh, extracurricular activity there, Michael.
It looks like he got pushed down a little afterwards. Pointers defense letting them know what they thought of that, but Stout's offense keeps the chains moving and keeps that Pointers defense on the field.
Keeps the chains moving, keeps the clock moving. Just over 9 minutes left here in the first half.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line for UW-Stout. Bordering takes the snap, hands it off to Nitek again. He's going to try and bounce off a player, and he's going to continue to gain more, and he's still going, and he's finally brought down past the 50-yard line. Another first down for the Blue Devils. Boy, it looked like Nitek didn't want to go down at all. He bounced off a couple players.
Once again, the rushing attack for Stout keeps the chains moving. They get another first down.
Blue Devils now at the midfield with another first down in the books. Bordering now in the gun again. Waiting for the snap, takes it, hands it off to Nitek, and he's going to gain another few yards on this play. I'd say about a 4 or 5 yard gain on that play, but it looks like the Pointers defense kept him from going anywhere else. So 2nd and 6 now for the Blue Devils.
That wind's really whipping outside, Michael.
Yeah, and we see a few flurries blowing in from the north. So hopefully that'll slow down here soon, as we've seen enough snow already today. Bordering now in the gun, taking the snap. Hands it off now to Carpenter. Carpenter's going to go up the field. He's got enough open field to run. He's going to take a hit by Pointers defender. He's finally taken down.
Givens, number 27.
He's going to be taken down around the 20-yard line. But a big play on the outside by Carpenter. He redeems himself after his fumble on the last series.
I would keep an eye out for a play action.
So Carpenter keeps the Blue Devils rolling down the field. And
stop me if you've heard this before, Michael. Another rushing attack, first down for Stout.
So Carpenter with the ball again. He's going to keep it pushing forward, and he'll get down about the 15-yard line. Another 5-yard gain, and the Blue Devils are keeping it rolling. And we got some laundry on the field, Ben.
Looks to be a false start.
May possibly be a holding or some kind of. We'll see what the call is right here. Officials are speaking on it.
He's got a microphone on. Let's hear from him.
We'll see if we'll pick anything up from the microphone.
It's a personal foul penalty on number 75, Caleb Adams, offensive lineman.
So the Blue Devils backed up now to about the 20 or 30-yard line, rather. Excuse me. not able to, not a big penalty like that is not what you want on a drive like this, Ben.
No, not at all. Brings up 2nd and 20 from their own 30 now.
Bordering now again in the gun with Carpenter to his back. 2 receivers to his right, takes the snap and hands it off again to Carpenter. He's going to try and push his way forward again and gains about 3-4 yards on that play. Not really much he could do on that. Pointers defense was ready for him, and 3rd and 15 now.
If you're Stout, Michael, you keep it on the ground on this play, or do you take a shot through the air?
I think right here, I think what Stout's going to try to do is they're going to try and keep it on the ground, but again, I don't know if the field goal is exactly what you want in this kind of weather, so I think they'll probably go through the air on this play. So 2 receivers to the left and right, Bordering now in the gun. Carpenter again alongside him, looking for the snap, takes it, hands it off to Carpenter. He's going to take it up to the outside. He's going to gain a few yards on that. This looks like about a 6-7 yard gain, but it won't be enough for the first down. 4th down now for the Blue Devils. Looks like it was the classic draw play right there for the Blue Devils, Ben.
And it looks like they're going for it on 4th down, Michael.
I think that's a good move by Stout. They're down by a touchdown, and instead of settling for a field goal there, they could keep the drive going if they can at least just pick up the first down. But this is where the Pointers defense has stepped up. Again, they forced a turnover on downs in the first quarter, so they're hoping for 2 for 2 on the day. Watering takes the snap. He's going to drop back, finding his receiver, and is caught. And he'll be taken down around the 3-yard line.
He'll get the first down, but he's short of the touchdown. Brings up 1st and goal.
The reception was Tyler Seymour making the play for the Blue Devils. Makes it 1st and goal now for the Blue Devils from the 4-yard line. So Blue Devils able to capitalize on the 4th down conversion and put themselves now in another goal line situation. Bordering again in the gun. 2 receivers left and right split equally. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Carpenter, rolls out to his right, going to look and try to find somebody. He's taken down, and it is
That's out of the end zone.
And the ball is out of the end zone, but it looks like they're going to rule that he was down. But
Sam Schaefer, it looked like, was in on that
Sam Schaefer
tackle.
making a good play, making Bordering scramble out to his right, and it looks like he was able to keep the ball from going out of bounds with a fumble, but again, not really what the Blue Devils want as that play backs him up now to the 13-yard line, but still 2nd and goal. 3 receivers set to the left, Bordering now in the gun again, looking for the hard count as he's trying to get the play clock. He's trying to get the play off now. Only 3 seconds left on the clock. Gets this play off finally. Takes a snap, looking down the field, finds his man in the end zone, and is caught. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Tyler Seymour on the reception, and the Blue Devils now make it a 2-point game now here, depending on what happens with the after attempt.
And I imagine we'll keep the offense out there being a 2-point ball game now.
If you're the Blue Devils in this situation, Ben, the 2-point conversion would tie the game up easily if they can.
That would be intriguing to me if I'm a Blue Devils coach, but just go for it. You just try and keep the game close. Just under 5 minutes left here in the first half. You get the ball in the second half to start the second half, so just play it smart here. Go for the extra point.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 on this play.
Good thing I'm not an offensive coordinator.
So
better snap soon.
So Bordering takes a snap. He's going to scramble out to his right. He's going to find a guy open in the end zone, and it is good for the 2-point conversion.
All tied up at 21.
We're all tied up now at 21. So it looks like now the Blue Devils capitalize on a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. We'll take a commercial break. We're all tied up at 21. Pointers football will return after this.
You can't go and work for a software company that's quite like this.
With programming, you see this concept become a reality. And I think that's really rewarding.
When people first come in, they immediately realize they are a part of a family.
They really care that people are happy here.
You're going to find that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look forward to coming to work. We've got a core of individuals that are going to reach a lot of new heights.
We're growing fast and always hiring. Apply today.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. 4:48 left to go in the second quarter. We're all tied up now at 21 apiece after a Stout touchdown by number 4, Tyler Seymour, and then a 2-point conversion tied up the game now at 21 apiece. Stout has put themselves back in the game now, and Stevens Point with this next offensive series, we'll be looking to hopefully keep the momentum on their side as it has been for the past couple series so far. So Pearson getting ready to send the ball away, has Bordering hold the football for him. Again, the wind has been absolutely fierce today. Back to receive for the Pointers will be O.J. James. A squib kick by the Blue Devils, picked up by O.J. James. He's going to take it up. He's gonna, up the middle, get some yards out of that. Still going, and he's finally brought down around the 45-yard line. O.J. James putting the Pointers now right near midfield and in some decent field position.
Let's see if the Pointers can turn this decent field position into some points.
Pointers have had not so much great luck in trying to get points down the field, although their last drive, they had an offensive drive with a great pass down the field from Max Harrow to Christian Almonte for the touchdown, and that worked out so well for them. And even though the rushing game for the Pointers has not been strong today, passing-wise, it's been a little bit better for him despite not having many pass attempts on the board. So Harrow now in the shotgun with Jahai Stegall alongside of, or Samaje Williams, excuse me, takes a snap, looking down the field again. He's looking for Almonte another time, and it's incomplete. Nice coverage on the play by number 8, Chase Bunnell on the Blue Devils. Almonte was looking for another touchdown again on the long ball by Harrow. Not able to connect on that one this time.
Yeah, it took a shot downfield, and it just looked like a little confusion between the both of them on what type of route should have been run.
And it looks like the Blue Devils now are going to try to keep a closer eye on Almonte when he's down the field again, as the Harrow-Almonte connection has been quite dangerous for the Blue Devils defense. Second down now for the Pointers. 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 3 receivers set out. Steve Harrow in motion. Harrow takes the snap, hands the ball off to Samaj Williams. He's going to bounce around and make a nice little spin move and take it out around the 45-yard line on the Blue Devils side. Almost enough for the first down.
Nice again, Michael. Samaje Williams not falling down backwards.
Samaje Williams has been very well in getting the power that he needs to get through the line and picks up 8 yards on that play. Pointers got to pick up 2 yards on this third down right here. Harrow in the gun. Samaje Williams behind him. Steve Harrow in motion. Jonte Webb to his outside. Harrow takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Samaje Williams, tries to connect with Webb, and it's complete.
What a catch by Jonte Webb.
Juggle and catch by Jonte Webb. He hangs on. First down for the Pointers. Nice play there by Webb. So the Pointers will keep the drive going. They'll be at their 33-yard line, as it would be at their 33-yard line. Instead,
it's all for naught as the penalty. The penalty wipes out the play, but great job by Jonte Webb going all out with the 6'3" frame to haul in that pass.
Harrow had it bobbled for a second, but able to keep it close to his chest. And again, as we mentioned, passing-wise today, or catching, has not been the easiest task for either of these teams. So 3rd and 12 now for the Pointers on their 43. Harrow again in the gun, looking for a snap. Takes it. He's going to look down the field again, scrambling to his right.
Hit as he throws.
His body, trying to find Steve Harrow, but it's overthrown, incomplete. Not able to get too much on the ball for Harrow to catch it. 4th down for the Pointers, and they'll most likely send out the punting unit. Looks like we got...
And are they going for it?
It looks like the Pointers might keep their offense on the field at the moment. Not sure what exactly right back's play calling is. We got a flag on the field, it looks like.
Mitch Overbeck, the senior, being called for personal foul, hands to the face.
So the Pointers offense adds insult to injury with the incompletion. 4th down now. The punting unit now comes onto the field, and as we mentioned before, the punts this game so far by Sam Blyce have not looked all that great. Blyce now comes onto the field, and with the wind to his back, that could help him out a little bit, but he's all set to take the punt. So, low snap, Blyce catches it, and not a very long punt, but it sends the ball down near about the 28-yard line. So keeps the Blue Devils on their own side of the field, but again, that was a disappointing drive right there by the Pointers.
Yeah, it didn't really do anything in the way of advancing it down the field. They had that one first down catch by Jonte Webb, but that was called back by penalty. So wasted field position from that good kickoff return from O.J. James. And now, once again, the Stout offense getting some decent field position to start a drive.
So the Blue Devils now get set to start this offensive series. 3:24 left to go in the second quarter, all tied up at 21 apiece. Hammer in motion. Carpenter moves up alongside Bordering. Bordering waiting, takes the snap, hands it off to, or fakes the handoff around, takes it up himself, gets a few yards on that, and he will be brought down around the 37-yard line. Gets about a 6-yard gain on that carry. Nice little play right there by Bordering to fake out the Pointers and take it up for himself. So again, now the Blue Devils have two receivers to the right of Bordering. 2nd and 4 from the 36. Bordering takes the snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He's going to go off the middle, continue to break off some more yards, and he's finally brought down around midfield. And he'll make it another first down for the Blue Devils and keep the chains moving as the clock continues to move down.
Clock's winding down. Just under 3 minutes left here in the first half. And Stout's in a score now mode. They score now before halftime, and then they get the ball to start the second half.
Blue Devils would like to take off as much time on the clock as they can. Bordering in the gun again. Hands it off to Carpenter. He's going to take it for a few yards. Not much again on that. Pointers defense has been able to keep him in check for most plays on first down rather, excuse me. 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils. As the clock continues to wind down, Blue Devils not wasting too much, or trying to not waste too much on getting plays set. Just past 2 minutes here left in the second quarter. Hand off to Carpenter. He's going to roll outside to his left. He's going to continue to run. He's got some room to run, and he gets hit and taken down. We got a flag on the play. It looks like it might be a call on the field that might either bring it back or move him up.
The flag came from the opposite side of the field,
So I'm guessing it's going to be holding call.
There is your holding call. Omari Johnson had a huge hit on the other side.
So the Blue Devils' wipe gets negated by that holding call on Stout as they get brought back to their own side of the field again with 1:47 left in the second quarter.
Looks like Whitewater and River Falls should be getting going any second.
Bordering and the Blue Devils' offense still waiting on trying to get themselves set. Bordering trying to get his offense all set to go. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver up top. Carpenter alongside him in the gun. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff and try to carry him himself. He's going to gain a few yards on the play and takes it out to the 45-yard line on the Stevens Point side of the field. It'll be looking about a 3rd and 7, excuse me. Blue Devils now in the hurry-up mode as we just hit the minute mark here of the second quarter. Blue Devils trying to get something on here, and they take the snap. Bordering looking, he's going to try to find somebody down the field. He's going to step up. He's going to scramble to his right, looking down the field. He's going to connect with Hammer, makes the catch around the 38-yard line.
Stout better hurry up.
Stout only has 1 timeout too, and the clock continues to run. 47 seconds now left in the second half, or first half, excuse me. Bordering trying to keep himself going. Takes a snap, looking down the outside, finds a man. He gets tipped up, and it is incomplete. The ball got tipped up. It looked like that was number 66. That's Michael Singer on the play. Makes a nice block with the hand, and that stops the clock for the Blue Devils, but not a great play on that one.
32 seconds left here in the first half, Michael. Do you take a shot down the field towards the end zone, or do you keep it on the ground?
I think right here for the Blue Devils, they have to take a shot eventually down the field. They got 3 receivers set to the left and only 1 to the right. So Bordering takes the snap, looking down, trying to find somebody up. He's going to scramble to his left, trying to find Rainbows the ball down the sideline. It's going to be caught by Hammer. He makes a move, continues to brings it up through the middle. It gets caught, and we got a flag that comes in late.
Nice distance on that flag throw by the official, Michael.
Yeah, I saw that too. It came in flying. You could easily see it come down and on the field, but we'll see who this penalty is going to go against.
I've never seen that happen. I've always wanted to
Blue Devils hoping that they can at least get something here before the end of the first half. Here's the call.
Taken away from him now.
No, I just noticed.
So they called an offensive penalty.
So it is a holding call on the Blue Devils. That'll back them up another 10 yards. And that'll hurt their chances now as they have only 20 seconds left to get a score in before the end of the first half. Only one timeout also for UW-Stout.
Both teams have had some decent offensive drives going, respectively, in the first half, but it seems like offensive penalties, lack of fundamentals have really shot themselves in the foot.
Watering takes a snap, trying to find someone down the field. He's going to have to scramble up himself, and he's going to tries to get outside towards out of bounds, but he's not able to accomplish that. It looks like the Blue Devils will call their final timeout here, it looks like, as they have only 6 seconds left to run one more play. We'll keep it here before the end of the first half. Ben, what a game so far by both of these teams. We're all still tied up at 21 apiece, but it looked like it's gone back and forth with the momentum shifts between UW-Stout's play and UW-Stevens Point's play.
Yeah, it really all started in the first quarter. Keyshawn Carpenter for the Stout had a 2-yard touchdown run, and then Christian Almonte, 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for the Pointers. He then had a long touchdown reception for the Pointers from Max Hero. Cameron Krasinski had a fumble return for the touchdown to get the Pointers to 21, and then Keyshawn Carpenter had his second touchdown to get the Pointers to 14. And then Tyler Seymour had a touchdown reception, and then Stout had a successful 2-point conversion to get us all tied up at 21. 6 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, and if you're UW-Stout right here, you're looking to get the ball into the end zone if you can. This is pretty much right here at the end of the first half.
Be a great momentum swing for Stout if they could come away with some points and they get the ball. Like I've said, they get the ball to start the second half.
Pointers defense right here, hoping for another big play here by the defense. Watering takes a snap, scrambling to his right, looking for the end zone.
Knock it down if you're the Pointers.
Jumped up and intercepted!
Oh no, incomplete.
Excuse me, but it looks like Donovan Lucas made the play right there, got his hands right in front of the ball. Nice play there by the Pointers defense to end the first half. We're all tied up at 21 apiece. That is the end of the first half between these two teams. We'll take a break, but we'll be back with a halftime recap. We'll be back with Pointers football.
Well, this is a fun game. 21.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things, ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that.
The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always like growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader, and I think that was something I had the capability of doing, and forever grateful that being at a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out into community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things. So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions to go D3.
The Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media Studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media Studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and The Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different, and they have their own unique style. In all the classes and all the student organizations you get involved in, you have a lot of flexibility to really create your own work and do it in a way that means something to you.
We're excited to see what students are making and what they want to make, and how we can help students get from where they are to where they want to be.
I'm in a video production class that's teaching me how to film documentaries. I'm also in a screenwriting class, and I get to learn how to write movies. So I'm doing all these different cool things, and I love it every day.
You can't go and work for a software company that's quite like this.
With programming, you see this concept become a reality. And I think that's really rewarding.
When people first come in, they immediately realize they are a part of a family.
They really care that people are happy here.
You're going to find that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look forward to coming to work. We've got a core of individuals that are going to reach a lot of new heights.
We're growing fast and always hiring. Apply today at skyward.com/careers.
Don't have a television? Don't worry. SPTV is available on demand at uwsp.edu/SPTV. Find your favorite shows on our website, plus links to all of our YouTube content. Stay up to date with SPTV news that includes information about campus and community happenings. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. We're SPTV-UWSP Television. SPTV. Let's make media together.
UW-Stevens Point is home. It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things, ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that.
The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always like growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader. And I think that was something I had the capability of doing. And forever grateful that being a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out to community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things. So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions. to go D3.
The Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media Studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media Studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and The Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different and they have their own unique style. In all the classes and all the student organizations you get involved in, you have a lot of flexibility to really create your own work and do it in a way that means something to you.
We're excited to see what students are making and what they want to make and how we can help students get from where they are to where they want to be.
I'm in a video production class that's teaching me how to film documentaries. I'm also in a screenwriting class and I get to learn how to write movies. So I'm doing all these different cool things and I love it every day.
You can't go and work for a software company that's quite like this.
With programming, you see this concept become a reality. And I think that's really rewarding.
When people first come in, they immediately realize they are a part of the family.
They really care that people are happy here.
You're going to find that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look forward to coming to work. We've got a core of individuals that are going to reach a lot of new heights.
We're growing fast and always hiring. Apply today at skyward.com/careers.
Don't have a television? Don't worry. SPTV is available on demand at uwsp.edu/SPTV. Find your favorite shows on our website, plus links to all of our YouTube content. Stay up to date with SPTV news that includes information about campus and community happenings. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. We're SPTV-UWSP Television. SPTV. Let's make media together.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. We are nearing the end of halftime here between the UW-Stout and UW-Stevens Point. We're all tied up at 21 apiece. Michael Wengen alongside Ben Zatuni for the call. Ben, what a great first half of football we saw.
It's been a great half. A lot of scoring, each team getting 3 touchdowns each, and really seen some long plays. Started in the first quarter. Mentioned in the first half, Cristo Montani's 93-yard kickoff return, and then he had a 61-yard touchdown pass for Max Hero. A lot of offense going so far. More passing for the Pointers and more running, more of a rushing attack for Stout.
Yeah, and speaking of the statistics here from the first half, Point, as we mentioned, had a great passing play there with Christian Almonte from Max Harrell. 74 yards passing so far compared to UW-Stout's 85. Rushing-wise, Stout
clearly winning that battle.
Stout is clearly winning that battle. 152 rushing yards on 31 carries. Or Point with only 40 points total, 40 yards total, excuse me. And then, in addition, for passing-wise, again, Max Harrell has just been Max Harrell hasn't had much to do through the air, but does have that long 61-yard touchdown pass to Almonte. He's 2 for 6 right now in the game. Comparing to Sean Borgerding, who is 8 for 15 for 1 touchdown and 1 interception as well. So it's going to be pretty close. It's going to come down to whichever team plays more consistent football in the second half for sure.
It's all going to start Stout getting this second half kickoff. So if you're Stout, Michael, would you change anything you did in the first half offensively?
I think with the rushing attack, the Blue Devils' running game has been really great so far, and the Pointers defense hasn't had much luck in stopping that because they clearly have been blowing Stevens Point out of the water when it comes to running. But if you're throwing the ball a little bit more, I would say since the sun is now out and it's a little bit warmer than what it was in the first half, I would say there's more opportunities with like the field kind of settling down a little bit to throw the ball a little bit more down the field. Maybe not as long as some of the plays that Harrell has done, but considerably getting some more plays than just some 6-yard checkdowns. So, as we mentioned, UW-Stout is set to receive the second half kickoff. Victor Pontario getting the ball teed up to start the second half for Stevens Point. Again, as we mentioned here, we're all tied up at 21 apiece, and Stevens Point set to kick off the ball right here to start us off in the second half. Ontario lining the rest of the team up, and he will be waiting for the whistle. So UW-Stout will have 2 players back. Ontario runs up and kicks the ball to start the second half. Nice long kick down the field. It's going to just bounce in the end zone for a touchback. Levi Hammer decided to let the ball just go down and drop in the end zone. So the Blue Devils will start from the 20-yard line for their first drive.
Now, Michael, the last 5 matchups between these two teams have all ended within. It's been a 1-score final. You think that's how it's going to shape up?
I think there's a possibility of these two teams playing towards a one-score game to decide it all. It's just going to depend on which team comes out on top. And again, as you mentioned, Ben, in years past, these two teams are pretty evenly matched in terms of overall production on offense and defense. So Blue Devils going to get started right here for the second half. Bordering takes the snap and
the false start.
Looks like they're going to get caught with the false start right away. They're going to back themselves up and start their drive off with the false start.
False start on the offense, so we'll replay first down.
So they'll replay first down, but it'll be from the 15-yard line, or I mean the 20-yard line, excuse me, then the 20.
First and 15.
First and 15 from the 20. So the UW-Stout already starting off with the penalty, but won't be too phased by it as Bordering gets set to take the snap. Takes the snap, hands it off to, or fakes the handoff to Carpenter, dumps it out to Hammer. He's going to run on the outside. He's going to gain some yards on that.
Just short of the first down.
He's just short of the first down, taken down around the 34-yard line. Picks up about 13 yards on that play. Nice play on the outside by Hammer to get open and find some yards. And Hammer on the outside has been absolutely effective in just trying to burn the Pointers defense. So 2nd and 4 rather instead for the Blue Devils from the 31-yard line. Two receivers to the bottom. Watering takes the snap, hands it off to Carpenter, and he's going to fight his way. It looks like he's short of the first down. And they mark him right at the 34-yard line. He is short. So 3rd and 1 for the Blue Devils coming up right here. So the Bordering now trying to get his team set. Two receivers again at the bottom. Carpenter behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off, fakes the handoff, and he's going to try to take it outside himself, and that's not going to work out. Porter's defense is there for the stop. Bordering not able to get around, and it is 4th down for the Blue Devils. They will send out the punting unit.
Yeah, great tackle by Michael Childs and a host of others on that play. Brings up 4th down. Great stop for the Pointers. It was really important for them to get a stop on this first Stout drive of the second half.
We mentioned, too, before, Stout was trying very desperately to get a score at the end of the half to try to get the momentum to go in their way, and it didn't work out, and their first drive does not end well. So Sean Maggie back to punt for UW-Stout, and O.J. James back to receive for the Pointers. McGee sends the ball down the field. It's just going to bounce around the 45-yard line, and the Blue Devils will let it settle at the 30-yard line of the Pointers, and the Pointers will start their first offensive series on the 30-yard line. So Max Harrell is going to have a chance now to go out and get his Pointers offense to go out and jump on the board here quickly at the start of the second half and bring the momentum back in Stevens Point's way.
Yeah, it'd be huge for the Pointers to score on this drive, and it'd be a really big confidence boost for Max Hero if he could lead a lengthy drive. It's going to be a lengthy drive down this field and get some points away from it.
So here comes the Pointers offense out on the field. Two receivers up at the top, one at the bottom. Alongside Harrow is Samaj Williams in the gun. Harrow looking for the snap, takes it. He's going to scramble out to his left, trying to find somebody. He's going to throw it across his body to the left-hand side. Steve Harrow not able to get there. Looks like he got
tripped and fell down.
But Harrow, if he had just a few more steps and maybe had not slipped up, he had a chance to possibly haul that reception in himself. So incomplete pass makes it 2nd down now for Stevens Point. Pointer's going to try and get the ball on the ground for the first down possibly here on this play. Harrow trying to get his team set. Two receivers up top, one on the bottom. Williams alongside Harrow. Harrow takes a snap, hands it off to Williams. Makes a nice move around the outside. He's going to try and fight his way on the outside. He gets pushed out of bounds for a gain of, it looks like about maybe 8 yards on that play. Nice little play there on the outside by Samaj Williams. Not able to, again, as you mentioned, let himself get backed up.
2nd and 1 now for the Pointers.
2nd down, Harrow takes the snap and hands it off again to Williams. He's going to try and fight his way through the pile, and it looks like he'll be stopped short. So 3rd and 1 still for Stevens Point on their first offensive series of the second half. Pointers again have an opportunity. It looks like Williams had enough to pick up the first down after all. Nice
Keep
job
it on the ground if you're the Pointers, Michael.
I think if you have the ball moving quite well, like Stevens Point has done right here so far in this drive, I think you try to let the Blue Devils respect the run and then eventually open it up for a passing play. So Harrow takes the snap, fakes the handoff, he goes dump it out to Steve Harrow, makes a nice grab, and he's able to get enough yards for the first down and a little more as he's brought down around the 43-yard line. Nice play by Steve Harrow up the middle. Harrow looks like that was Harrow's first reception of the day, able to get outside and make the play, or make the catch up the middle. Keeps the Pointers moving on this drive as Harrow gets ready for the snap. Waiting, takes it, scrambles out to his right, dumps it out to the outside to, once again, Harrow, as he finds it connects with him, and he's brought down near the out of bounds on the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 8 yards on that play.
Pretty good job of the Pointers so far, getting some consistent positive yardage.
Yeah, and a nice job by Steve Harrow to able to bring in those 2 receptions right now. Already has more receptions already this drive than he did the entire first half. So Harrow already connecting pretty well. So as it's set for 2nd and 2 now from the Blue Devils 35. Harrow on the gun, Samaje Williams in motion, takes the snap, dumps it off again to, it looks like, Jonte Webb.
And he another first down.
Another first down for the Pointers. Excuse me, that was again Steve Harrow. Harrow again, another catch up in the middle of traffic, makes another play, and makes it another Pointers first down. Nice looking job here by Harrow and Harrow. The 2 H's combining together and keeping the ball going down the field. It looks like the Pointers, though, eventually might have to catch the Blue Devils off guard with the running play. So Harrow's going to wait for the snap, takes it, and he's going to hand it off to Samaje Williams, and he's going to pound up for a few yards, gain of about 5 yards on that play, takes it down to about the 21-yard line. Pointers defense doing a great job of making the Blue Devils respect the play calling. We got one Pointer player a little slow to get up, and he's going to try and trot off the sideline. Pointers want to make sure they have their guys get off the field in time if they can. Pointers putting in some more substitutions as Stevens Point's waiting to get themselves set up for this next play right here. Harrow's receiving some calls from the other 2 quarterbacks, Ermansky and Neubauer. As Steve Harrow gets in motion, trying to get the play off in time here. Only 5 seconds left in the play clock. Pointers got to get the play off here soon. Harrow gets the snap just in time, takes a look, scrambles out to his right. He's going to try and keep the ball himself. He's going to have to take it up through, gets a few yards, loose on the ball, and it's recovered by the Blue Devils.
Recovered by Stout.
And it will be UW-Stout's ball on another turnover by Stevens Point. That's the 3rd fumble today by the Pointers and the 3rd fumble recovered by the Blue Devils. Not exactly a great turnout for Stevens Point in the turnover category.
No, not at all. And we were talking about how I mentioned earlier in this drive how they'd been able to put together some positive yardage, working their way down the field. Then they fumble, and now the drive's over.
It looked like a good-looking drive for a little bit right there for Stevens Point, and Harrow tried to take it up himself when he didn't have anybody to look to, and instead finds himself losing the football, and the Blue Devils capitalize. So Bordering now takes the snap for the Blue Devils, takes out, dumps it out to a receiver. He makes the catch, and he's brought down right about the 28-yard line. That's Parker Fossum on the reception. Looks like he has just under enough for the first down. It's 2nd and 1 for the Blue Devils on their 26. Bordering now again, looking for the snap, takes it, and he's going to hand it off to Carpenter, who's going to jump outside, and he's going to pick up the first down and gain a little bit more, taken down around the 35-yard line. And Blue Devils get another first drive as they continue to pound the Pointers defense with that great run attack that they've had. As receivers up on the top and bottom of the screen. Harrow Bordering takes a snap, dumps it out to the Hammer. He's going to make the reception, and he's not going to get much on that as he gets taken down out of bounds by 2 Pointers defenders. Gain of only about a yard on that play. O.J. James and Julian Givens were making the coverage, or making the stop right there. Only Stout held Hammer to about a yard on the reception.
And now that the wind has died down a little bit, it looks like Stout is getting more comfortable going to the passing game.
Man in motion, Bordering taking the snap, and he hands it off again to Carpenter, who's going to roll up through the middle and still on his feet, taken down for a first down right near about the 44-yard line, keeping the Blue Devils on their feet and keeping the Pointers defense on the field. Blue Devils have been just beating down the Pointers defense with the run attack, as we mentioned before. Keyshawn Carpenter's been the key player for the Blue Devils running attack. So 1st and 10 for UW-Stout here. Receivers to top and bottom. Bordering looking for the snap in the gun. He takes it, hands it off again to Carpenter. He's going to try and get something on the play, and he's just going to get swallowed up and taken back. Not anything on that play. We got a late flag as well after the play near the backfield.
Great tackle by number 56, Matt Pikarski, the defensive lineman.
Flag on the field after the play. Not much for Carpenter to gain on that play. Looks like the Pointers have done a great job of holding him on first down, but we'll see what the penalty is right here.
Let's see what the call is. Personal foul. Defense, number 24. 15-yard penalty from the end of automatic first down.
That's on Ryan Strick, the defensive back, and gets called for personal foul and gives the Blue Devils a chance to move the chains and make up for that loss of yardage on that last play by Carpenter. Penalties like that are not exactly what you want at this point in the game, Ben.
No, and as both of us mentioned multiple times in the first half, bring it up again now. You can't, if you want to win the game, you can't continue to shoot yourself in the foot with stupid penalties and lack of fundamentals, and that wasn't a very smart penalty right there.
I agree with you on that. Both teams need to be careful on how they make plays on the field. So, Bordering in the gun now for 1st and 10 on the Pointers' 41-yard line. Taking the snap, hands off to Carpenter, fakes a handoff, dumps it out to the outside to Tyler Seymour. He's going to get enough for the first
and there's a flag.
Brought down outside on the play, and another flag flies in.
On the opposite side of the field, so it could be holding.
Holding might be a possible culprit for whoever did it, but again, penalties like this. So the Blue Devils are the unlucky victims of a penalty right there, as they get called for personal foul right there. So the officials trying to get the Blue Devils set now after the penalty. Pointers trying to get themselves set up as well. Blue Devils waiting for the officials to get set. 7:42 left here in the third quarter. Again, we're all tied up at 21 apiece. Blue Devils looking here to knock on the door with a drive. And again, the officials are still trying to talk this over. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to get settled up, but looks like they're finally ready to get going.
There is no foul for ineligible downfield. The ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. The result of the play is a first down.
So an ineligible player down the field makes it a first down for the Blue Devils and puts them in a better field position down the field. If they can't, Blue Devils couldn't get the ball moving down the ground, but instead got the ball moving through a lucky break on a penalty. So Bordering now, set to take the snap, sends a receiver in motion. Carpenter lines up now beside Bordering in the gun as he waits for the snap. Takes it, hands it off to Seymour. He's going to run out to the outside, to the right-hand side. He's going to get taken down and brought down around the 27-yard line, it looks like. Not really much that Seymour got on that play, but nice little trick hand, inside handoff to Seymour, and he gets about 6 on the play. So Bordering now continuing to get his players set up on the field. as the Blue Devils continue to let the clock run. They've taken up a good amount of time on this drive right here, wasting no time on anything. Bordering now, taking the snap and handing it off to Carpenter. He's going to try to bounce outside, but he's immediately taken down and will go nowhere on that play.
Yeah, great tackle by 66 Michael Singer, and then also 91 Tyler Burbach.
So that brings up now 3rd down for the Blue Devils. I believe for like the first time this drive, the Blue Devils are looking at a 3rd down play right here. And the Pointers defense needs to step up here if they want to get a big stop.
Yeah, it'd be a huge get for them if they can get if you could force the Blue Devils to get a 3 and out.
Blue Devils with 3 receivers to the top, bordering, taking the snap, trying to find somebody, scrambles out, hits his man Seymour, and it's incomplete.
Drop the pass.
Hit his man for a second, and it was in the hands of Seymour, but not able to hang on. It's 4th and 6 from the Pointers 25. And knowing the play calling for UW-Stout, they will keep the offense on the field. And it looks like they will. So the Blue Devils trying to get themselves lined up again. As we mentioned, 3 receivers set out to the left for Stout. Bordering now in the gun, waiting for the snap. Takes it, scrambling back. Looking, trying to find a man downfield, looking up the middle, and it is incomplete.
Oh, he dropped the touchdown.
Off the hands of Levi Hammer. He was looking at a touchdown right there if he was able to hang on. Incomplete pass. Pointers capitalize on the turnover on downs. So Stevens Point able to catch a break right there, but it was only because of a drop pass. They would have been looking at being behind from a touchdown right there if he made that reception, Ben.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Levi Hammer dropping that pass would have been a easy 6 points, and Pointers defense getting helped out there.
So now the Pointers offense comes back out on the field and we're trying to hopefully have a better drive than that last offensive series that went for them, where they went down the field and fortunately Harrell fumbled. So Pointers trying to redeem themselves on offense. Samaj Williams in the motion. Harrell takes the snap, dumps out to Williams, makes a nice one-handed grab as he runs outside for some space and gains about 8 yards on the play. Nice grab by Williams with a one-handed reception, able to hang on to the football. So 2nd down now for the Pointers. 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Still a tie game between the 2 teams. Harrow with the snap, or takes a snap, finds his man in the middle with Steve Harrow. He connects with him again, and another big 1st down play up the middle. Steve Harrow and Max Harrow have been working really well up the middle, and again, the Pointers offense keeping the ball moving on that reception.
I think it's time to take a shot downfield, send Christian Almonte on a post route, see if he can get open.
Harrow waiting for the snap, takes it, hands it off to Williams. He's going to try and bounce inside for some yardage, and he's not able to get anything too major on that one. So Williams makes it at least a couple yards gets a couple yards on the gain. 2nd and 7 near midfield for Stevens Point. Yeah, I think as you mentioned, Ben, I'm pretty sure that Harrow eventually will want to go down the field to Almonte again if Almonte could get in. If Almonte could beat the coverage, that's how he was able to get those 2 long receptions or whatever. So Almonte's hungry for a reception. Harrow taking the snap, looking down the field. He's trying to scramble, steps away for some pressure, trying to find somebody, dumps it out to Samaje Williams. He connects with them. He's going to find some yardage outside near the 30-yard line, brought down. Great play by Samaje Williams, and a nice heads-up play by Harrow to scramble out of some trouble.
Yeah, great play by Harrow. In the first half, you saw him kind of struggling when he would step up into the pocket, or the pocket would collapse and he'd be forced outside, but great decision-making there.
Nice job by the freshman quarterback getting the start today and really stepping up and scrambling and making some great plays. And a roughing the passer call on UW-Stout will move the Pointers up more. Boy, if we haven't seen anything about roughing the passer today. It looks like no matter what football group you play in or what area of football you play in, or what level, it seems like teams are trying to teach their players on defense to not rough the passer, and Blue Devils get caught with that unfortunate penalty. So the Pointers
helps out the Pointers a little bit.
Pointers now move up to the Stout 15-yard line and put themselves in great field position for a great score here with just a little over 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Hero in motion as Hero takes the gun, and we got a flag. It looks like somebody jumped the line too quickly on UW-Stevens Point. False start.
Number 65. You want to give the blame to somebody? Number 65.
Aiden Marshall.
So Aiden Marshall, number 65, gets called for the false start. Backs up the Pointers again to another 5 yards and puts them at the 20-yard line instead, but keeps it at first down for Stevens Point as they now are in the red zone for the first time, it seems like, since the end of the first half. Hero waiting for the snap, takes the snap, going for the end zone, looking for Steve Hera. It goes through the hands of Steve Hera, incomplete. It looks like Hera wanted a flag on for pass interference, and he's not going to get that. So nice look there by Hero, and Hera had a chance to make a touchdown reception for 6, but not able to get the break. So Stevens Point's offense again looking for a score here in the third quarter. Still a scoreless quarter overall. Both teams have had opportunities with the ball, and no one has been able to capitalize on anything. So Stevens Point's looking to change that right here as Hero's listening to the sideline.
Timeout called by the Pointers.
Like a timeout will be called by Stevens Point.
Right back's not very happy.
Right back is wanting his team to get set on the field. We'll take a timeout as well here. We'll be back with Pointers football after this.
You can't go and work for a software company that's quite like this.
With programming, you see this concept become a reality. And I think that's really rewarding.
When people first come in, they immediately realize they are a part of the family.
They really care that people are happy here.
You're going to find that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look forward to coming to work. We've got a core of individuals that are going to reach a lot of new heights.
We're growing fast and always hiring. Apply today at skyward.com.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. Stevens Point and UW-Stout remain tied at 21 here with just a little over 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Michael Wengen and Ben Satuni here for the call today. Ben, this is a crucial drive right here for the Pointers, and they're hoping to get something out of it, whether it be a touchdown or some kind of points on a field goal. What do you think Stevens Point's got to do right here in order to ensure they can take the lead?
Well, they're at 2nd and 15 from the 20 right now, just over 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter, but they have to play smart. They can't have any penalties. They can't have any drops. They need to always get forward progression.
Pointers getting set right here. Hero in the gun, waiting for the snap. Jonte Webb in motion as Hero still waiting for the snap. Takes it. Trying to find somebody, dumps it out quickly to Bosick. Bosick is going to make the reception, but taken back a little bit. Looks like he only was able to get about 5 yards on that reception as the Blue Devils defense steps up and keeps him from getting anything else. 3rd and 13 for the Pointers. Stevens Point still keeping this game close with their defensive work right here, and their offense now knocking on the doors possibly for the go-ahead touchdown.
Well, let's see if they do that again.
Harrow again in the gun. 2 receivers up top, 1 at the bottom. Takes the snap, scrambles out to his right, throws, finds a man near the sideline.
Great catch.
Jonte Webb with the reception. We got a flag on the play. Jonte Webb with the diving catch out near the sideline. Makes the reception, and depending on who this flag is against, this could change the game.
Offensive holding, that's probably one of, if not the most killer.
And the Pointers get snake bitten with a holding call on number 62, Brandon Verkhauser, as he gets called for holding and brings the Pointers back and negates the incredible reception by Jonte Webb to dive out and make the effort. So Pointers, again, as you mentioned, shooting themselves in the foot here with all these penalties and such, which is not exactly what they want right here near the red zone of UW-Stout. 3 receivers up top, 1 at the bottom. Bosick alongside Hero in the gun, waiting for the snap. Hero takes it, trying to find somebody, scrambles out to his left under some pressure. Sends the ball down the sideline, but it is incomplete.
Right into the snow pile.
He had no chance of finding anybody alongside the sideline. 4th down, and it looks like Victor Ponteria will be out to try a field goal right here.
On the sideline right now, arms around each other.
Looks like from right about here, this will be about a 49-yard field goal from about, excuse me, rather, looks like about a 45-yard field goal. So Victor Ponterio looking to give the Pointers the lead here with the 45-yard field goal. Victor Ponterio getting set. Hermansky, the holder. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is no good.
Wide left.
Wide to the left. No
and
good
short.
for Ponterio. The Pointers not able to capitalize on anything, and as we mentioned before several times during the game, that the special teams has been able to do really well for Stevens Point, and yet today Ponterio missed a potential field goal that would put them up ahead with 2:20 left in the 3rd quarter. So here comes the UW-Stout offense back out on the field again, starting out at the 28-yard line. Bordering going now back into the gun. Waiting for the snap. Takes it. Takes the handoff. He's going to look downfield. He's going to go deep down the field. He's looking for a man, and it's incomplete. We got another flag on the field, but it looks like he was looking for Parker Fossum on the reception going downfield. Not able to connect on that, and we got a flag on the field. See what the call is right here.
You think it's offensive?
No, I'm saying obviously we'll get the call here. It's defensive.
Defense on holding on the Pointers' defense.
Defensive holding hurts Stevens Point as they allow the Blue Devils to move down the field, courtesy of their holding call. Puts the Blue Devils now at the 38-yard line. Excuse me. Makes it again another 1st down for the Blue Devils. So receiver up top and bottom. Hammer in motion for the Blue Devils. Bordering looking for the snap. Takes it, hands it off to Carpenter. Carpenter's going to make a spin move, bounce off of Pointers defender, and he's still not wrapped up, and they finally whistle him down near the 42-yard line. Another great run up the middle by Carpenter on the 1st down, and he's able to get 5 yards on that play. 2nd down for UW-Stout. Just under 2 minutes now here in the 3rd quarter. Again, we're all tied up at 21 all. UW-Stout and Stevens Point have gone back and forth with some inconsistent drives and defensive plays on either side. So Stout looking right here as they Bordering takes the snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He's going to, again, spin and roll down near the 47-yard line, making it 3rd down and 3 for UW-Stout. Blue Devils now again facing another 3rd down in a key drive. Stevens Point right near midfield would like to make a big defensive stop right here and give the ball back to their offense.
If you're Stout, Michael, do you take a shot down the field or you just try and run it for the 1st down?
I think Stout would like to just try and run it in for the 1st down right here. They got Carpenter in the backfield, and Bordering takes the snap, hands it off to Carpenter, and he's able to get up.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be right near the 1st down marker. We're gonna see what they mark it as. But this is exactly what Stout wanted, was to get the 1st down through.
And they'll give it to them.
And it looks like they will give the 1st down to UW-Stout. Clock keeps moving. We're just under now a minute in the 3rd quarter. UW-Stout keeps their offense on the field. And Pointers defense not able to catch a break. Bordering now, waiting for the snap, waiting for his offense to get set. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Got to get a play off in here. Bordering takes the snap, hands off again to Carpenter, makes a nice little being up the middle, bounces off another defender, bounces off another, and taken down near the 40-yard line. Nice big play there by Carpenter, and another 1st down for UW-Stout. What a play there by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, great job of Stout keeping the chains moving so far on this drive. Just about 10 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
It looks like UW-Stout will take that run into the end of the third quarter, and will keep the momentum on their side as they get ready for the final quarter of football. Well, that's the end of the third quarter here at Gorky Park. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with Pointers football after this.
Don't have a television? Don't worry. SPTV is available on demand at uwsp.edu/SPTV. Find your favorite shows on our website, plus links to all of our YouTube content. Stay up to date with SPTV news that includes information about campus and community happenings. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. We're SPTV-UWSP Television. SPTV. Let's make media.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. We are entering the fourth quarter of play here between UW-Stout and UW-Stevens Point. We're all, again, still knotted up at 21 all. Michael Wengen and Ben Zatuni for the call. Ben, the Blue Devils currently have the ball right now, and they're driving onto the Pointer side of the field. They're at their 40-yard line. It's been back and forth. It went back and forth in that third quarter between the inconsistencies between those two teams.
Yeah, it's been a great second half so far. Stout's really showing that they're able to continue their offensive prowess in this game.
So UW-Stout now continuing to march on the field. And again, a little bit of a shaky third quarter for both of these teams, but it looks like the fourth quarter is going to start off big here for UW-Stout. Bordering takes a high snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He
keeps it himself.
He's going to keep it himself, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard or two on that one. Bordering faked the handoff to Carpenter on the outside and tried to take it up on the outside, right-hand side. Not able to get anything on that. Meanwhile, for UW-Stout, their rushing yardage continues to add up as they have 195 yards total this game so far and 119 yards passing. Stevens Point with 62 yards rushing and 152 yards passing. Bordering taking the snap, dumping it outside the Hammer. Hammer's going to run up through the middle. He's going to make a big play. He's going to get some yards and more.
Moves the first down again.
The first down chain and picks it up near the 26-yard line, making the Blue Devils inch near the red zone of Stevens Point. Bordering now getting ready for the next play of the series. Two receivers up top and down low. Carpenter behind him in the gun. Bordering wanting his offensive line set. Taking the snap. Handing it off to Carpenter. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some yards, and he's got enough for the first down, and he'll be brought down
once again.
Right near
moves the chains.
Moves the chains, and it looks like he's going to put them right into the red zone, as we mentioned before. First down and 10 from the 12. And it looks like the officials wants to get the ball set down before the next snap. Bordering waiting patiently. In the shotgun now, waiting for the snap. Bordering takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Carver. He's going to take it off himself up the middle. He's going to make a move outside, trying to get off a defender, but he's going to get wrapped up by two Pointers defenders right near the 10-yard line, and not able to get much on that run outside. Little trick play by Bordering on the outside, but it doesn't go much in his way.
Second and goal from the 8 now.
2nd and 6 from the 8-yard line. Pointers looking to make a big-time stop right here near their own end zone. UW-Stout's knocking on the door and looking for the opportunity to take the lead. Bordering taking the snap and handing it off to Carpenter. He's going to try and get a couple yards up that play, or up the middle, and he'll only gain about 1 or 2. Third down for UW-Stout. So UW-Stout here with another third down conversion, and UW-Stevens Point looking for the stop that they need right here on this play. UW-Stout getting themselves set up. Stevens Point showing the blitz. Bordering taking the snap, handing off to Carpenter. He's going to fight his way, continue to fight.
And he's short of the end zone, it looks like, from here.
Short of the end zone. The officials are going to mark him at the 1 yard line, but that should be enough to make it 1st and goal for the Blue Devils. Not exactly what Stevens Point was hoping for on that stop. So it looks like most likely they'll just, Stout will probably go to Carpenter to run it up through the middle as he's done so far twice today in this game and give him his 3rd score of the game.
You could see some trickery, but Seymour not on the field.
But Bordering waiting for the snap now. He's got Carpenter again alongside to his left. He's got one receiver up top. Hand off to Carpenter. He's going to punch it up.
He's in.
Middle, and he is
That's a touchdown.
In. It looks he's in for the end. He's in for the touchdown. Carpenter with his 3rd score of the game makes it
1 signaling touchdown.
Stout.
First time since the first quarter, 27-21.
So pending this extra point right here, the Blue Devils will have a chance to make it a 7-point game. But again, UW-Stout taking advantage of driving downfield and from the 3rd quarter, towards the end of the 3rd quarter, and keeping the ball for themselves and scoring here near the beginning of the 4th quarter. Pearson looking for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and good. So it is 28-21 UW-Stout here with 11:23 to go in the 4th quarter. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with Pointers football after this. Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. UW-Stout just scored on a 2-yard touchdown run by Keyshawn Carpenter, his 3rd of the game. Makes it a 28-21 game for the Blue Devils. Michael Wengen alongside here with Ben Satuni for the call. Ben, the Blue Devils finally capitalizing on a long drive that ended up going their way for some points, and now they have a 1-touchdown lead over the Pointers.
Yeah, and this is really shaping up to be a close finish to the game. I've mentioned coming back to the game before the 3rd quarter started that the last 5 matchups between these teams have been a touchdown difference in the final score. So that's holding up to be true so far, and it's going to be really important for the Pointers they really need a touchdown on this play, or on this drive, excuse me.
A touchdown right now on this next drive would be the key to keeping themselves in the ball game, and they can't let themselves get held up by that Blue Devils defense as Pearson with a low strong kick hits Jahai Stegall as he picks it up, and he's going to continue to bounce off a couple of players, and he's taken down around the 22-yard line. Pointers are going to start out on their own side of the field again. So for the freshman quarterback Max Harrow, who got the start today, it's so far today he's been 9 for 16 with 152 yards passing, 1 touchdown on a 61-yard touchdown pass to Christian Almonte, which we haven't seen a connection between those two at all since that big touchdown.
Yeah, and it's going to be really important for the Pointers to get him involved and to get him back involved into this game plan, especially on this drive.
Harrow and Steve Harrow have been connecting very well, though, since then, and Pointers start out their first play of this drive right here as Harrow takes the snap, fakes the handoff, dumps it out the middle, and throws it into traffic. And
Almonte wasn't even looking for the pass.
Almonte receiver, and he almost threw it. He threw it near the hands of Colin Tyrell of UW-Stout. So not a good look right there by either Harrow or Almonte. 2nd down for Stevens Point. Stevens Point trying to get themselves set up. Almonte and Steve Harrow up top. Jonte Webb down below. Harrow looking for the snap. Taking it, handing it off to Samaje Williams. He's going to bounce off the outside. He's going to hit another guy. He's going to try to get some more yardage, but brought down ultimately near the 30-yard line. Not much yardage on that by Williams. So Samaje Williams has been fairly effective for Stevens Point so far today, but has been kind of slowed down these last couple of drives. And Stevens Point is now facing a 3rd and 4 from their own 28 with 10:38 left to go in the fourth quarter. Harrow by himself in the gun, 3 receivers up top, 1 down below, taking the snap, dumps it out. The pass gets tipped and it's incomplete. There was a Stout defender nearly had a chance to make a play on it, but the pass was tipped, never had a chance to get into the arms of the receiver, and the Pointers will have to punt, unfortunately.
Not really what you wanted if you're the Pointers, especially since Stout just came away with a touchdown on their last drive.
And again, punting has not been Stevens Point's strongest suit today on special teams. Sam Blyce back again to kick for Stevens Point. Levi Hammer back to receive for UW-Stout. Blyce with the punt. Bounces right near the 45. Not much you could do on that. I think it would have been nice to see a more of a high bounce on that play, but fortunately it's brought down near the 45-yard line, and again, Stout is put in good field position for this drive that they can try to add the assurance touchdown or assurance points. So here comes the Blue Devils defense or offense back onto the field. Bordering in the gun, waiting for the snap patiently. Blue Devils are going to try and take off as much time on the clock as they can. Bordering taking the snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He's not going to be able to get anything as he gets swallowed up and has a loss of a yard or 2 possibly. The Pointers have been quite effective in stopping Carpenter on first down runs, but when it comes to runs outside of first down, they haven't been able to stop Carpenter at all. So 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils on their 47. Bordering now sending a receiver in motion. Carpenter now alongside him as he lines up. Bordering waiting for the snap. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Trying the hard count. Trying to get the defense to step back. Bordering taking the snap, looking down the field. Len sends it deep down the field. It gets tipped and knocked away by a defender. It looks like
Omari Johnson.
Omari Johnson, and it was intended for Parker Fossum, not able to hang on or not able to make the catch. 3rd down for UW-Stout. Again, another 3rd down for the Pointers or for the Blue Devils that the Pointers defense really has got to step up and capitalize on making the stop.
Yeah, they really do. You don't want Stout to get a first down and keep this drive alive.
So UW-Stout facing 3rd and 9. Bordering in the gun, waiting for the snap. He takes it. He's going to look down the field. He's going to heave one, and he's looking for Hammer, and it was almost intercepted. Nice coverage there by UW Stevens Point.
James Fay with almost the interception. And there's a flag on the play.
Nice play by the team.
Roughing the passer.
And Stevens Point's going to get called for roughing the passer, and that is going to put UW-Stout with another at first down and with 15 yards to add insult to injury.
And with Stout already being up by a touchdown, you can't get these penalties on defense if you're the Pointers, because that's only going to extend Stout's drive, and it makes it easier for them to score.
I can't imagine Breitbach being too happy about that penalty. It's going to give Stout a chance to keep the ball moving and give them a little bit more momentum, and if they punch it in for a touchdown, it pretty much might ice the game for Stevens Point. So hand off to Carpenter. He's going to make a big hole on the outside. He's going to take it up and get the first down and a little bit more. Brought down right near about the 26-yard line. Stout continuing to run well with Carpenter, and Stevens Point showing some signs of fatigue here late with 9:09 left in the fourth quarter. So Bordering now trying to find himself, moving the clock and seeing if he can punch in another score here for UW-Stout. Stout up 28-21 after a scoreless third quarter. These teams entered halftime tied up at 21 as Bordering takes the snap. Looking down the field, he's going to try to find a man. It is up. It is left up and incomplete. The intended receiver was Levi Hammer. He tried to make the play, but Stout had an easy chance to make the reception and had to put another touchdown up on the board. So Levi Hammer not able to haul that in. Second down for UW-Stout. Two receivers up to the top and bottom. Vordering takes the snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He's going to find a big hole up the middle, and he'll get about 8 yards on that carry, taken down around the 19-yard line, and keeps UW-Stout in good field position as they now enter the Stevens Point red zone. Stout playing very conservative football right here as they continue to just try and run the ball and get a chance to score a touchdown here as Vordering
trying the hard count,
trying to get that defense to jump off sides, and steps back, waiting for the snap. Play clock at 5 seconds. Waiting for the snap. Finally gets it. It takes the handoff, and Carpenter takes the handoff from Vordering, and it looks like he's not going to get the first down. It'll be 4th down for UW-Stout, and it looks like they will send out the field goal unit.
Yeah, going for it only worked out in this situation. I think 1 out of 6.
So UW-Stout is going to try and add on 3 points right here to make it a 10-point game. They're already up by 7. Drew Pearson set to kick what looks to be a 42-yarder for the Blue Devils. Drew Pearson, good snap, good hold. The kick is up. And
no good.
It is good.
Oh, it is good.
The kick is good. It goes up through the uprights. Pearson making it a 10-point game, 31-21 UW-Stout. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at UWSP.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here at Stevens Point. UW-Stout capitalizing with a 42-yard field goal, making it 31-21 their advantage. Michael Wengen, Ben Zatuni here for the call. Ben, 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Pointers are down by 10 points. This is their do-or-die situation right here for them.
Yeah, it is, Michael. It's crunch time with the way that they seem to have been struggling in the second half. They obviously haven't scored any points yet. And they really haven't been able to string together consistent drives on offense. And with the way the Stout offense has been able to move up and down the field, and now in the second half they've been able to mix in the pass since the wind has died down. And obviously we've been talking about all game how good their run game is. It's really do or die time for the Pointers.
Drew Pearson with the short high kick, and it's fielded around the 25-yard line. It's going to be taken up to about the 32-yard line. Not much on a return right there for UW.
Colin Hawkins on the return.
Colin Hawkins getting about 10 yards on the return right there. And Stevens Point will set up shop right near the 32-yard line. Not really much that has gone their way so far in this half. The third quarter was scoreless between these two teams after they were tied up at 21-all after halftime. And UW-Stout has capitalized on their last couple of drives and have made it a 10-point game, and Stevens Point has not been able to find any way to call themselves back in. So a drive right here would be a testament to how much this team has tried to work on things in practice. So Max Harrow on the gun with Samaje Williams in the backfield behind him. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, finds Steve Harrow up the middle.
And gets enough for the first down.
And he finds it for another first down and another good play by Steve Harrow. Another great connection we've seen between those two guys. So the Pointers continuing now the drive after a big play by Steve Harrow. Sun has really come in now for us here at Gorky Park, which has kind of warmed things up a little bit, and the wind has died down, and it's not as strong as it has been in the first half. Max Harrow alongside Samaje Williams, 3 receivers set to the bottom. Harrow takes a snap, fake hands off outside to Samaje Williams. He's going to try and move outside and gain only a few yards on that carry. Wasn't able to get much on that. Pointers are trying to find different ways to get Samaje Williams outside and get some yardage on his carries. Max Harrow trying to find himself a chance to get down the field with a big play right here. Two receivers down at the bottom. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, finds Steve Harrow again up the middle. That's been his go-to guy the past couple of drives so far. And again, Harrow with another play, reception up the middle, moves the chains again, and another first down for Stevens Point. So as the Pointers continue to move the ball, they want to try and get a score here without having too much time wasted on the clock. 5:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Pointers down by 10. Harrow in the gun alongside Samaje Williams. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, takes it up himself up the middle, and he'll get about 5 yards on that carry. Nice little trickery right there by Harrow to keep the ball himself and able to hang on for a 5-yard gain. So Stevens Point's kind of clicking right here a little bit in gears. If they can at least keep themselves going, that would be what they want right here on this drive. Max Harrow again waiting for the snap. Takes the snap, hands it off to Williams. He's going to try and get around for
short of the first down.
Short of the first down, possibly by a yard or two. Try to make a little move right there, twist himself around and get the first down, but not able to do that. 3rd and 3 for Stevens Point. Right here is where Stevens Point's got to try and make something happen with UW-Stout respecting the run. Maybe they might possibly try to go in the air on this play. Harrow in the gun. Steve Harrow in motion. Waiting for his snap. He takes it. He's going to scramble out, rolls to his right, dumps out to Harrow on the outside. He's going to pick up some yards and more alongside the sideline. Gets knocked out around the 20-yard line. Nice play there by Harrow, and they pick up again another first down. Great play there by Harrow on the outside. Exactly what we saw him go in motion for. Stevens Point was looking to get the ball in the air, and that's exactly what they did. And Harrow did a great job of running his route and getting outside along the sideline. Clock continues to run, however, for Stevens Point. Just around 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Harrow again in motion. Max Harrow waiting for the snap. He takes it. He's going to gives the ball to Williams. He's going to get quite a bit up the middle and probably taking down about the 15-yard line. So here comes the Pointers again trying to get a score in here and possibly a chance at getting the ball back somehow if they get on the board. So Max Harrow trying to find a snap, or gets a snap, trying to find somebody on the outside. He gets to Steve Harrow on the outside. He gets taken down right about the 12-yard line, but it looks like it's enough for the first down. Nope, looks like he's short. 3rd and 1 for Stevens Point.
It's going to be really big for the Pointers if they can come away with a touchdown on this drive.
Harrow with the snap, takes the handoff, fakes it. Samaje Williams takes the handoff, and he'll get enough for the first down, but he gets driven back. And looks like they haven't moved the chains yet. And yes, they are setting the chains down. It's 1st and goal, UW Stevens Point. So the Pointers now with just a little over 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter, looking to score a touchdown right here and find a way to get the ball back. Max Harrow and Samaje Williams in the gun. 2 receivers down in the bottom, 1 receiver up top. Harrow takes the snap, hands it off to Williams. He's going to bounce outside the outside. He's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Stevens Point. Samaje Williams on the outside for the 8-yard touchdown run. Makes it 31-27, Stevens Point, and an extra point coming up right here. It's exactly what Stevens Point was hoping for on this drive right here, to get in the end zone for 6, and an extra point coming up right here. And if you're Stevens Point on the kickoff, do you try the onside kick?
That's dicey. The Pointers only have 2 timeouts left. Stout has their full 3. They really have been able to march up and down the field at their own will. I say go for it. You need to win this game.
Ontario with the extra point. Hermansky with the hold. A terrible hold by Hermansky, and the kick is nowhere near good. So it is a 4-point game now. A field goal will not do anything for Stevens Point.
Now you need to go for the onside kick.
So Stevens Point's going to try and see what they'll do for the kickoff here. We're going to take a timeout here real quick, and we'll be back for the rest of Pointers football. And we're back here at Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. The Pointers capitalized on a touchdown run, 8-yard touchdown run by Samaje Williams, but unfortunately missed the extra point, so it is 31-27 UW-Stout advantage. Right here, Stevens Point's getting ready for the kickoff, and it looks like right here that they will try to do the onside kick based on their formation, or if they decide to just, it wouldn't be smart of them to just try and kick it down the field and make a defensive stop. So here comes the Pointers, and UW-Stout has their formation ready in case of an onside kick, and it looks like Stevens Point will try it. It looks like
Timeout by Stout.
So Stout takes a timeout right here just to kind of get themselves.
So now both teams have 2 timeouts left with just about 2.5 minutes left in the ball game.
We'll keep it right here for this timeout. But Ben, looking at this game so far, with how slow both of these teams were in the third quarter, and then UW-Stout finally taking the advantage in the fourth quarter, and Stevens Point now finally scoring a touchdown to get themselves back within 4 points. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to only be within 3 points if they had made the extra point, but again, this is crunch point for Stevens Point.
Yeah, it is, and it goes back to what I've been saying all game, Michael. Fundamentals. You want to win this game, you got to play fundamentally sound, and you can't have any stupid penalties, and they missed that field goal because of poor fundamentals, or that extra point, excuse me.
Yeah, Hermansky didn't get the snap down very well, and Ontario had no way of putting the foot to the ball and able to get it up through the upright. So instead, it's a 4-point game instead of a 3-point game, and that can be a huge difference when it comes to trying to win the game at the end. So 2:29 here in the fourth quarter. Stevens Point down by 4. Ontario getting the ball teed up, and it looks like again UW-Stout has their men set up for an onside kick attempts, and the ball falls over on the tee again. Probably might be the wind on that one, but I know Ontario might be anxious to get that ball for an onside kick. So Stevens Point getting themselves ready as well for, looks like, an onside kick. They got each of their guys lined up close. So Ontario waiting. Kick attempt goes down, and it is loose.
Recovered by Stout, excuse me.
It was loose for a second, but it looks like UW-Stout was able to get on top of the football. They'll take it.
And there is a flag on the field.
Most likely will be on Stevens Point. I'm not sure if that ball went 10 yards. Not sure if that ball went 10 yards or not.
Just have to make a stop and you'll still have time.
We'll see what he says.
You got to do a little Aaron Rodgers hustle and bustle if you get it back.
Offsides.
Get down there and score a touchdown. But nonetheless.
So Stout gets on another 5 yards on the offsides penalty by UW Stevens Point. And for the Blue Devils, what they'll try to do is definitely get as much time off the clock. A few first downs would be key for them in order to seal out the win, but Stevens Point's defense should not let up at all right here. Stout getting set to try and close out this game here in any way that they can. Borchering waiting for the snap. He takes it, hands it off to Carpenter. Carpenter doesn't get anything on that carry. He'll probably just get back to the line of scrimmage. And again, has not been effective on the first down runs in most cases on a drive. So 2nd down and 9.
It looks like Stout's going to let this run down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, it looks like Stout will take it down as much as they can. And Stout will continue to wait as much time as they can.
Smart offense, smart play calling by Stout here.
This is what you want to see if you're up by 4 and you still have to close out the game yet on offense. So looks like Stout's just gonna run the ball down, the clock down to 0.
And they call a timeout.
They call a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout too here as well. Pointers down by 4. We'll be back after this.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
And welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. Pointers down by 4 with 1:38 left to go in the 4th quarter. UW-Stout has the ball, 2nd and 9. Ideally, Stout would like to close out the game right here with if they can get some big carries up the middle or outside. Basically, just run this clock out and take home the victory, but still a chance for UW-Stevens Point to make a stop yet here. Borchering in the gun with Carpenter behind him. He takes the snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He's not going to get anything on. He's going to be taken back for a loss, and he won't get anything near positive yardage on that one. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for UW-Stout. So it looks like the Pointers now call a timeout right here. We'll keep it right here for this one. Again, this entire game for Stevens Point has been a little shaky. There's been times where it looked really good, and then there's been times that they've struggled very well. And immensely, it's been more of in the second half, but Stevens Point still not down completely yet. So Greg Viteback here talking with his players on defense, telling them to not let up right here on this 3rd down play. And yet, if Stevens Point can make the stop, they'll most likely call a timeout as they have 1 more remaining and wait for Stout to, if they can make the stop, of course, get the ball from them if they can. UW-Stout is probably going through game plan of how to close out this one.
If you're Stout here, Michael, this may be a little obvious to some people, but would you run it on this play?
I think running it is probably a safer bet than passing the football, but it all comes down to right here. 3rd and 12 from the 44-yard line. Seymour in motion. 3 receivers set up top to the right of Borchering. He takes the snap, hands it off to Carpenter. He's not going to get that much on the carry. It'll be 4th down and
that makes it 4th and 10.
And 4th down and 9 from the 41-yard line. Stevens Point's going to call another timeout right here. We'll keep it right here for this one as well. There's still an opportunity for Stevens Point once UW-Stout gets the ball back to them. A field goal right here would not be very ideal. You would be looking at about a 56-yard field goal.
And the wind appears to be picking up again.
Yeah,
and the last field goal that Stout attempted right around 40 yards, and he missed that, or it was a missed kick. So
Stout was able to make their last field goal, but right here will be about a 56-yard field goal. The kick, Drew Pearson might have the leg for it, but I think they're just going to punt the ball away right here, which is what they are doing with Sean Maggie now on the field. So Stevens Point's going to have a chance to get the ball back. And Sean Maggie back to punt for the Pointers. Pointers got their lines back just in case they try something. Nice punt by Maggie. It looks like he's going to have it bounce right out of bounds, right near the 20, or right out of bounds near the end zone. So it looks like the Pointers will start at the 20-yard line, which is a good, ideal place to start, but with the drive,
they have a long way to go with only 1:18 left in the ball game and no timeout. So any play, the players need to know to get out of bounds. And they don't get out of bounds, that's going to be less time that they have, and that's not going to be ideal.
And they cannot settle for a field goal either, as they are down by 4 points. And so a touchdown right here is basically how you're going to win this football game. And I know Max Harrell, this is his opportunity to show the team that this is what he can do. This could possibly potentially have him land a job for the starting job maybe for next week if he's able to pull off the victory. So Max Harrell takes the snap, trying to find something down the field. He goes down the field. He's got Christian Almonte, and it's incomplete. He's not able to hang on. Would have been a nice big play to start off this drive right here for Stevens Point, but instead Almonte lets it go.
Would have been huge if Almonte would have caught that pass, because he was the way he was running his route. He would have caught it and would have stepped out of bounds right away, which would have been huge.
So Almonte not able to make the reception. Second down from the 20-yard line. Harrow in the gun. 2 receivers up top and down low. Takes the snap, dumps it outside to Almonte. He's got to try and fight himself out of bounds.
And he's not out of bounds.
So the Pointers got to keep moving.
Hurry up offense.
So they have no timeouts at all. So it's now 3rd down and
a minute left. Less than a minute in the ball game.
It's 3rd and 7 now from the 23. Harrell takes a snap, looking down the field, trying to scramble out of some trouble. He's going to take it up himself. He gets the first down, still get going, not brought down yet, and he's finally whistled down, but the Pointers got to get up and run another play right here as the clock keeps moving.
They need to hurry up. 45 seconds left in the ball game.
Most likely Harrell's just trying to get himself set. The Pointers got to get something off right here. Harrell kind of came up a little shaken on that play, but able to get back in the formation. Takes a snap, scrambling out, trying to find something open. Scrambles to his right. He's going to carry the ball himself. He needs to get out of bounds. He's going to try and get out of bounds. He's not taken out of bounds. He's taken down right near the 44-yard line. Harrell's got
20 seconds left in the ball game.
And the Pointers are going to try and spike the ball right here as Harrell's lined up right in the center, and he will just spike the football. So 15 seconds, 3rd down for Stevens Point, and they have still 60 yards yet to go down the field into the end zone. Boy, the Stevens Point is not making this easy on themselves for this drive right here.
No, and the one thing I said at the beginning of this drive is you need to get out of bounds, and there's been at least 2 plays where they haven't.
So 15 seconds left here in the game. Max Harrell in the shotgun alongside with Williams next to him. 3 receivers up top, 1 below. Harrell takes the snap. He's going to try and find something down the field. He's
intercepted. That's your ball game.
By UW-Stout, and there is the nail in the coffin for UW-Stout as they seal the deal on an interception made by Brandon Vecchio, the linebacker from Tomahawk, Wisconsin. Makes the interception. 1 kneel down will end this game right here with 9 seconds left. What a disappointing way to lose this one, Ben.
Disappointing is true. Hero showing a little bit of his inexperience on that throw, but he showed some good things too. So if you're the coaching staff, you've got to be pleased with what you've seen.
It's going to leave a sour taste, I think, in the Pointers' mouths after losing a game like this, where they had a chance at the end of the game to try and get down the field for something. So 1 kneel down, and that will do it. That is it. That will end the game right there. UW-Stout comes into Gorky Park and takes this one by a score of 31-27. Pointers fall to 2-5 on the season. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with a post-game wrap-up. You're watching Pointers football.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Welcome back to Gorky Park here in Stevens Point. We, after a close but exciting finish there at the end, the UW-Stevens Point fall to UW-Stout 31-27 here in a snowy, cold, windy homecoming game. Pointers fall short. Michael Wengen, Ben Zatuni here for the call. Ben, a little bit of a disappointment on the Stevens Point side of things.
Yeah, it is. It's more disappointing in the games where you know you had a chance to win, and really the Pointers should have won this game, and that's really been it. They had a lot of opportunities where they could have capitalized, gotten some points, and not have had to worry about it so late in the game trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, and as you mentioned too, the production on Stevens Point really fell apart there in the second half. It looked really well in the first half as they went into halftime tied at 21-all, and both teams hit some bumps in the third quarter, but ultimately UW-Stout pulled away, and Stevens Point never was able to get themselves in contention for the end of the game except for when Max Harrell threw the interception that sealed the deal for Stout. Looking at the game overall, UW-Stout finishes the game with 236 rushing yards compared to UW-Stevens Point's 111 passing yards. Bordering finished with 135 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Max Harrell finishes 14 of 25 for 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 200 yards in terms of receiving. Steve Hara led the Pointers today with 91 yards receiving, alongside with Christian Almonte and Samaje Williams. And for UW-Stout, Levi Hammer led the way for the Blue Devils with 73 yards receiving. So not a very close game in terms of production value-wise, but overall a very close game between these two teams.
Yeah, it was a close game. Unfortunately, the Pointers couldn't get it done in crunch time. They came up short, but this game was definitely filled with some learning experiences, so there will be a lot of material for the coaches and the players to go over and get prepared for a big game against Oshkosh next week at home for Senior Day.
Yeah, and as Ben mentioned too, is like UW-Stevens Point will be back here next weekend for their home finale, Senior Day, against UW-Oshkosh, while UW-Stout travels back home to host UW-Whitewater, and then Stevens Point will be on the road for the final 2 games of the season against UW-Whitewater and River Falls. Anything at all you'd like to add, Ben, to the broadcast?
Just thanks to the fans at home for joining us, and we'll see you on our next broadcast.
Yeah, thank you again for tuning in today's broadcast. We appreciate it. For Ben Zatuni and myself, I'm Michael Wengen. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great homecoming.